It's been a season of bounties, and tonight it's finally coming to an end. Raffi, Chantel, and No Chill Josh, who will be crowned the winner of I Love Money Bounty Hunters? Stay tuned to find out.
Everybody on the top got the same sound. Everything I'm about to drop, make a name now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Yeah, I ain't never gonna be the same now. I'ma tear up this whole fucking game now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. I got so many bars, call it kamikaze. Ain't nobody ever gonna ever stop me. And I know that I could be a little cocky. That's the byproduct of hard work, no it's not free. I'm at a top speed, I think you lost me. Do not cross me, I keep dropping all these hits and I know that they watching. They keep showing up in my place, always knocking. Knock, knock, bitch, I've been standing right here. Been over 3 years and now you just got here. Man, get me a beer and open up the mirrors. Let me show you now what you've been missing for years. Call it premiere, I can take a boy's name and smear, or take it up a gear and end your career and make you feel fear, or make you disappear. Cause I am right here and not going nowhere. Everybody on the top got the same sound. Everything I'm about to drop, make a name now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Yeah, I ain't never gonna be the same now. I'ma tear up this whole fucking game now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know.
I Love Money. The winner of DH1's I Love Money will receive a complimentary winner's post on the official Facebook page, a coveted spot in the DH1 Hall of Fame, and a cash prize of up to $100,000. Results may vary. I love money, may the best orger win. Hello, 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 YouTube. Welcome to the finale of I Love Money Bounty Hunters. 1 month ago, 19 brave bounty hunters entered the DH1 Death Valley Ranch, and now only 3 remain. Josh from the Wagon Wheel Watusi, Chantel from the Wagon Ball Z, and Raffi from the Wagon, the Big Bad Wagon. One of them will ultimately take home the prize tonight. But first, let's check in with our top 3. So, top 3, how does it feel to make it to the finale of I Love Money?
This is crazy. Like, we started this journey a month ago, and to be one of the 3 semifinalists, this is like no joke.
This is great. I'm so excited to be here in these 3 seats, and hopefully I claim one of the 2 seats, period.
And this is a very harrowing experience because I'm literally on the shittiest Wi-Fi I can imagine. So, you know, it's tonight, but you know, I'll just say.
Well, it's going to be one hell of a fight to the finish. So just to update our viewers, last time we met, it was revealed that these 3 made it to the end. Gloria was eliminated at top 4, Rawan was eliminated at top 5, and we saw Keisha go home at top 6. So now the top 3 has decided to move to a jury vote to decide the winner. So they have to fight in one final challenge to earn their spot in the top 2. The top 2 will earn a spot in the finale. Whoever finishes first will get to eliminate one of the 10 jurors, so they will not have a vote. At the end of it, whoever receives 5 or more votes from the jury, which would be the majority, will be the winner. So I'm going to go over tonight's challenge one more time for our viewers. I've already explained it to the top 3. So what is going to happen is each of you is going to be separated into your own StreamYard room. You'll have a moderator with you to help you with this challenge. This is the 5 wonders. You will have to complete multiple physical and mental challenges in order to advance. You'll get to pick what order you do these challenges in, and your goal is to be the first person to finish all of them. Your first challenge is to make a solo cup pyramid using only your mouth. You'll put 6 on the bottom, 5 on top, 4 on top of that, 3 on top of that, 2 on top of that, and then 1 on top. If at any point you drop any of your stack, you will have to start all over again. You cannot use your hands at any point, or else you will have to restart all over again. Your next challenge will be to solve a jigsaw puzzle of your player card. It's going to be 150 pieces. When you finish it, you will show it to us on screen share, and you will be checked off and you'll be good to go. Your next challenge will be a crossword puzzle, giving you a hint of all of the past players. So this will consist of all of the eliminated players this season -1. So only one person will be included on this list. To recap, I'm going to give you the elimination order. We have from 4th to 19th place, we have Gloria, Rawan, Keisha, Layla, Cheryl, Darian, Alex, Yoshi, Elliot, Shannon, Sarah, CJ, Bola, Sunshine, Kimberly, and Morgan. The next challenge will be to land 3 solo cups on top of each other by removing a piece of paper. I showed you guys how to do this challenge. I don't really know how to explain it to the viewers, but this was a duel from season 4 that we did 2 years ago. So the final challenge is to fill up your 2-liter bottle using your spit. So you will have a water source that you will have to aim into the 2-liter bottle, and you'll have to fill it all the way to the top. Once you are finished, you'll have a production member check it, and you will be good to go. Once you have finished all 5 of your challenges, you will have to come back to the Zoom and claim your spot. If you are the first one to come in, you have a spot in the final 2, and you get to eliminate a juror. If you are second place, you don't get to eliminate a jury vote, but you do have a spot in the final 2. And if you are the last one to show up, then that'll mean that we'll probably let you know that you failed in your StreamYard room, and we'll tell you to come back. So before we begin, if anyone has any final questions, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Can you check my prod chat?
Yes. That's okay. You'll be at a bit of a disadvantage, but that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so for the 36 cups, we're not even allowed to like use
21.
20. Jesus, why does the number 36 come to mind? Screw that. For the cup stacking comp, are we not allowed to like pick up our cup and put it in our mouth, or we have to like actually like bend over like chickens?
You have to bend over and pick it up. You can't use your hands at all for that challenge.
Okay.
All right. Everyone good? Now, viewers, you will have some options during this challenge. So viewers, you will have options during this challenge. The 10 jurors have gathered, and they will have a roundtable discussion of the final 3, who they think they should win and who they think they should lose. This roundtable will be hosted by 3rd place finisher on season 3 and 2nd member of the jury on All Stars, Isaiah, our fave. Well, I'm not gonna say our fave prod because I love my other prod members too. So Isaiah will be hosting a jury roundtable while this challenge is going on. And if you want to watch the progress of the other 3 competitors, I will post the link to all their StreamYard rooms in the chat, and they will be updated on how far each of them have gone in the comments section. All right. If we don't have anything else to say, you guys are free to head on over to your StreamYard room, and we'll get this challenge started. All right. I'm wishing all of you the best of luck.
Good luck, guys. Love you.
Good luck.
Dylan, can you please check production?
Yeah.
One last thing. Good luck. One last thing. So Dylan, if say the wind, if say my cups, do I just still use my mouth?
What?
Hello? So like, let's say my cups like fall when I'm stacking the pyramid. Sorry, when I'm stacking the pyramid, and my cups like fall to the ground. Can I pick them up from the ground and like reset them on the table, like sort of like stack them all again? Like not stacking a pyramid, but stacking like their like tower.
The rule is you have to use your hand, you have to use your mouth. Like even if they knock it over and it falls off the table, they have to use their mouth too. So it has to be your mouth, like regardless. I'm sorry. All right, are we all good? Okay, we're all good. All right, jurors, you guys can come on camera. Oh Lord. Prod, I'm sending you a picture of the crossword puzzle, so just use that because I know the PDF is acting weird.
Who's Country Ham?
That's Tyler.
It's y'all three again.
Who don't I see? Is Yoshi here? So Yoshi, Layla, and Rawan are here. We just can't see them. They probably checked out. Yoshi, Layla, Rawan. Whatever, let's get started. All right, I'm gonna go get the challenge started. Isaiah, you can start the round table. All right, bye.
Hi, everybody. I'm at work, so you guys can't see me, but you can hear me. Welcome to the roundtable. Unfortunately, you guys are not in the final three, but you are here to decide the winner, and that's always fun as well. So I just have a couple questions. We're going to break this down almost like Survivor style. That's the fun part about it. So obviously, the final three is Rafi, it's Josh, and it's Chantel. All three have their own specific journeys to get here. So before I get into anything in specific, I want to see where everyone's head is at. So let's start with Rafi. What is the general consensus with everyone when it comes to Rafi and his game? What did you like? What did you did not like? Any questions? What's up?
You know, I didn't hear your question because of the beeps.
I think he was asking what is our general thought on Rafi's game compared to the other two.
He needs to not play with, emotionally. He was too emotionally involved in it. He needs to hold his emotions back because he would get very heated very quickly. And
yeah, sorry about that. I was asking. So yeah, the question was, what is everyone's idea, and how does everyone feel about Rafi's game? You continue, Cheryl.
now I forget where I was at. Thanks a lot, Isaiah. You're not my favorite anymore. But no, I think because when I started playing these games, it was the same way. I was too emotionally involved in it, and that's a good way to wreck your game. But he's sitting in the final three, so his emotional play or ploy, whatever you want to call it, tugged at somebody because he's there.
Well,
I like Rafi's game.
Yeah,
I'm like Team Rafi. He's got my vote. I don't know if he had the best game, but I don't really care about voting for the best player. I just vote for the person I like the most and I played with the most. So these three, Rafi's number one for me on that. I think he's hilarious. He was super engaged. He always made me laugh. I liked when he had his outbursts. I thought they were fun.
Now,
I do agree with that. Coming from someone who was really close to working with Rafi, I really enjoyed talking to him. He was a very kind of desperate person when it came down to it, which kind of annoyed me, I will say. But at the end of the day, he is my friend, and he did show a lot of loyalty to me. So I do kind of feel like I do have to repay that favor. Do I think he played the best game out of the three of them? He's gonna have to answer my question really.
I think Alex broke up a little bit, but I get what Alex is saying. Now for the rest of you, there's a lot of you who actually didn't work as close with Rafi. I'd like to hear some of your perspectives. Darian, Keisha, Layla, Yoshi, anybody. How did you guys feel about his game?
With Rafi, I guess I get both sides. On one side, Rafi played a very messy game, but I guess it's just the cards you dealt. But one thing I will say about his game is, I guess he had to adapt the most out of everybody because literally, once Alex, I mean, everybody knew Alex was him, was like that, but once Alex was gone, he kind of had to play the game on his own. So he did whatever he had to do to stay in the game. So even if it means like throwing like everybody who he worked with under the bus, so he was very adaptive. So I do appreciate that, because there was some players I think who should have been like that. But yeah. But besides that, I mean, I like Rafi as a person. But I don't think he played the best game, but he didn't play a terrible game. I don't think anybody in the three played a terrible game at all.
I appreciate Rafi's game.
You go.
Yoshi.
Hi.
I see Rafi's game for what it was, and he did the best he could, and he was a scrappy little fighter, and no matter what, he was going to make a way for him to end up where he is. So I will have to give him props for that.
Yeah, it is impressive, like how like he was able to make it that far. You know, after seeing like all his allies go home, or at least me. It did kind of help though that Raywan won like 5 Paymaster challenges.
I know.
If it wasn't because of that, who knows if Rafi would have made the final 3.
True, but you know what? The relationship he built with me, I was never going to backstab him. It just wasn't going to happen. So that's good gameplay on his end, because I really felt like I could trust him. Maybe I couldn't, but he made me feel like I could.
Okay, so that's a little bit about Rafi. So let's transition to the other person.
Wait, I didn't get my say so.
Oh, go ahead. You wasn't saying
Yeah,
nothing.
let me put my foot in the grits. So I just want to say, Rafi, he of course was emotional. Everybody knows and whatnot, but he ate glow up, so I got to give him some credit. But but I will say, I feel like he could have been positioned. I wouldn't say the best in the house, but the best possibly the best in the game, because he wasn't necessarily he wasn't on the first wagon. He was on the third wagon, I think. And it was like the second wagon against the first wagon. He was on the third wagon, so he could have played that middle so good and gooey. But you know, I'm all about the good gameplay they did, because he did maneuver his way throughout the game in a very positive light. So I will say that he has done a very good job maneuvering his way as best as he possibly could in a game like this. So I will give him that. Okay, go ahead, Isaiah.
Okay, does anyone else have anything to say about Rafi? Going once, going twice. All right. So the next person we're going to move on, because like I said, it seemed like, judging by those answers, a certain amount of people worked with Rafi. I guess you could say another certain amount of people worked with Chantel. So what is everyone's ideas when it comes to Chantel?
Okay, when it comes to Chantel, okay, so I'm gonna start with the good and I'm gonna go to bad. The good for me is she positions herself very well in the game. You know, a lot of people always think that you have to struggle in this game to make it far, but I feel so the foundation is very important. So she set that foundation up where she did not have to struggle. So I think that's just as good as being somebody who felt the heat and stuff. She positioned herself where she didn't have to feel the heat. And plus she did take out like big players too. So but I guess however, I guess on the other side, the whole Josh thing kind of confused me when it came down to it. I guess more so somebody who worked close with her. So it's more so of, I don't know if Hands was in too many cookie jars at the one time, but I mean, however, I think she did play like a fairly strong game. She won comps. She had social. She was even thought of being a name to put in when it came down to the vault. So I do give it to her on the social and comp wise.
Yeah, Chantel had a very easy ride in this game. Not saying she didn't earn it, but she definitely had a lot of allies. She had the comp wins when she needed it. I think she's a top dog, to be honest, coming into this finale. If she totally like aces the questions, then I'll probably vote for her. If she bombs the question, then I don't know. let's see how well she is under pressure. That's what I'm curious to know.
Agreed. I was gonna go
No,
ahead.
go Yoshi, please.
No, okay, I go. So I think Chantel did play a strong game. I don't know personally, like a lot of stuff she hid, which I did not know about. And when I did find out, I'm like a little salty, a little bit. But I do think I think socially she was great because she dodged that sheriff badge, and she
I regret that every day I'm out of that game that I did not use her.
And when it was an obvious choice that Josh should have, when he had the opportunity, should have swooped her on out, she somehow talked her way out of that. And then she was really good at challenges. So I don't know. I feel like she has played a very strong game, but I think the other two has also played a strong game, but just in a different way.
Yeah, I agree. I think Chantel played a great game, really good social game. I think she was protected most of the time. I was calling her out as a threat pretty early on, and nobody would say her name. No one was voting for her. No one would raise their hand. Like she was never available really to get rid of. And I mean, that's good social game on that end. And she did win competitions when she needed to.
Yeah. One thing that I don't appreciate that I will say about Chantel is that when she was paymaster and she was doing her little bottom three type of situation, she was very cocky and very overconfident. The way that she would like try to conduct those ceremonies like rubbed me the wrong way, at least with mine and with one that I witnessed with, I forgot who was in the bottom three, but it kind of was like, ew, bro, like, okay, like you win a paymaster, relax. You're not like the kingpin of this game. But
I mean, from what I noticed being in the game, it seemed that people promised her things in those bottom threes and they kept their promises to her. So when there was that round where we got to keep people safe, a couple people told me that they kept her safe because they had promised her that they would. She asked them to. So she was going out on a limb and asking for that safety. So I don't disagree. It's, it does sound a little like, she was in power, but she was using it to get what she wanted.
It seemed that people were scared of her almost.
Yeah, no one would vote for her. No.
Yeah, vote for her and you die.
It wasn't, and I don't think it was that anyone was scared of her. I feel like she just made everyone feel so comfortable that like she's got their back, and she like as someone that worked with her, finding stuff out now, I'm like, damn, because you go in and she makes you feel so like we're good. I got you. Like I'm like this. So I don't think anyone was scared of her. I think she just caressed everybody and told everyone what they wanted to hear to make them feel like we're good. I got your back. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Could she have everyone's back? I don't think so.
I think it's also, oh, go ahead, sorry. No, I think it's also the fact is it at the time it wouldn't make sense to take her out even though she was winning competition because one, there was sides and stuff. So like it wouldn't make sense for, I mean, I know like you called her out early, but at that point, like I didn't really like had anything with Elliot and people like that. So it wouldn't make sense for us to take her out if, just how the game was going. I mean, now it's different because hindsight is 2020, but
No, but I mean, you're right. It was, you needed the numbers, but it was sort of like, and that's why for me, when I knew no one was going to put Chantel up. I just was like, all right, Keisha, come on. Like, I just needed to chip at those numbers. And I felt like there was a strong, like female alliance that I wasn't a part of that I thought was running things. It was just more powerful. No offense to some of the guys in the game, but I get the vibes that Layla, Keisha, and Chantel were like running this shit.
I wish.
Layla, Cheryl, you guys haven't really said much. How do you guys feel? Cheryl, Layla?
Well, I think Chantel played a good game. Like, I think that she did everything she was supposed to. She was good socially. She did good in comp.
Cheryl, do you have any feelings or no?
I
She
think
frozen?
she's
I think Cheryl
frozen.
fell asleep. Ooh.
Oh, maybe she is asleep.
No, yeah, she fell asleep. All right.
Okay, I
Well,
thought she was frozen.
Me too.
nah, I see your camera.
Okay.
Well, with that, I mean, we'll just move on to the next one. This isn't the first time Colin fell asleep with the last one.
That
Too,
new
so far.
chair she got.
Wait, really quick. Can I just say, I the one thing I didn't understand, unless she just wanted it on her resume, Chantel never used her golden lock, but she had it. So I was like, she didn't necessarily have to win the last comp. Couldn't she just use it like to save herself?
No,
What
I mean,
did she have that she didn't use, Yoshi? I didn't know she had a power. What was it?
I didn't either Rowan, and we were supposed to be tight.
but she needed to use it in that point because Rowan was there. I guess Rowan was winning comp. So I mean, but I guess she wanted to control who goes into the final four.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. What was the power?
The golden lock.
What is that?
Like you can save yourself. Like you can lock your check thing.
Yeah, so basically she had that since the canteen first opened. She gotta like when it first opened, but it's basically it can keep herself safe from any vault. So even
I
if
would put it around in a second if I had the chance.
yeah, like that's why I say even if she was pushed that last vault, she was gonna be safe regardless because
She would have been safe anyway. Good to know.
Mhm.
All right, so we can just move on to the next person for time's sake, and I promise we will return to those two. So guys, how does everyone feel about Josh? Because it seemed like Chantel had like worked with a good majority of people. It seemed like Rafi worked with a good majority of people. Josh, how did Josh feel with everyone?
The middleman.
Josh worked with everybody.
The middleman. The middleman, the fence rider.
He swore up and down that we made a chat, me, Josh, and Elliot, that we were tight and that we were making final three. And the first chance that he got, he voted out Elliot, and from right there, he lost my trust. And then I had realized he was working with basically everybody else, and he did what benefited him. He went with the majority, which who can blame him? But there's still like salt in the wound, and so he rubbed me the wrong way, I should say.
My thing with Josh is with Josh, it was noticed very early on that he was playing both sides. So that was it. Just that we didn't know each other. Like both sides saw he was playing the middle. But like the thing is, he wrote the middle, I guess, entirely longer than he should have, because at that point, stuff was already put out there and stuff. And then like when like at any vault ceremony, he would not say a name. He has not thrown a single name at a single vault ceremony. And even his big move, like when he had a chance to take a big move, he didn't. He took Chantel to the end. Because I think if he would have took Chantel, that would have assured probably especially, I don't know, it would have probably, I wouldn't say show him to win, but he would have had a greater chance at winning. So it's like, what move? I mean, I know Josh getting himself to the end, but what was that move that really cement him as a winner, I guess?
That's a good question to ask him, somebody.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot that he's the one that won and took Chantel to the end. What was he?
Who did he take out instead?
Gloria.
Glow.
I mean, Keisha, how do you feel about it? You didn't really say much. You just said "wow" when I said Josh's name.
Oh no, I said he's the middleman.
Yeah.
Is that bad or good for you?
No, I don't. So did he get himself where he's at by being the middleman? Okay, but you have to do something in this game to say why you deserve to win. Riding the middle is not a game-winning action to me. I don't think that's something that deserves you to win, riding the middle.
Now, my question. Go ahead.
And the fact that he never made any type of move just doesn't sit well with me in a way of being like, yeah, I should give you the win. No, you're gonna have to explain something for me to like see things your way.
So it sounds like a majority of the jury feels some type of way to the no chill. But does that mean, in your guys' opinions, is that the end result? Like, there's no way, or is there a place for redemption where he can come out with a speech and he's like, he puts his resume down. You guys are like, okay, maybe I can turn my idea around.
There's potential, I will say. Like, if he comes out with a bomb-ass speech, if he wins tonight's challenge and says, hey, you know what, I deserve it, you know, like, I voted you guys out, I'm sorry I played you all, but it is what it is, then, you know, there is some level of respect to that. However, something that I don't respect is calling yourself no chill, but when it was getting down to it and there was time to name a name, there was a whole lot of chill there. So he's gonna have to really defend himself when I call him out no chill status.
It's true.
I agree.
I mean, for me,
He was very
I
chill.
don't care about who played a good game. I'm just gonna vote for who I had like closer friendships with, and I was closer to Josh than I was to Chantel. So that's just the kind of person I am. I don't give two shits about how you played. I don't care about how many comps you won. I don't care about who you tricked. If you were my friend, you're probably gonna get my vote. So that's just the way that I am as a person, and I don't think I could change. So you can lose my vote in this game, but I don't know if you can kind of pick it up at this point if you're next to somebody that I'm closer to.
All right. So I guess we can start moving into the next portion now that we talked about all three. So let's talk about the different portions of the game, right? There's 3 factors with I Love Money. Technically 4 if you add luck, but we're not going to talk about that unless y'all want to. There's the social, there's the strategy, and the physical. So we're just going to go down each topic, and then you guys let me know who you feel played the best in each category. So who do you guys, first of all, think did the best with the physical game? That's like winning competitions. That's like when doing the task to get the cocoa coins and everything. How do you guys feel? Who played the best physical game?
Layla.
In the final 3.
Chantel.
Thanks,
probably,
I want to say Chantel, but I feel like Josh won. Like he won quite a few things. Like also.
Mhm.
So I would say between them two.
But I mean, I guess it depends on if you're looking at just. I mean, yeah, you had cocoa coins, but you know, I guess a lot of the cocoa coins Josh had, he didn't use. So I guess he was just a bank at that point, just a walking bank.
For me, I don't know. I think Rafi did pretty good. Because he came up with a lot of cocoa coins too. So those comps, we didn't see them, but he was winning stuff that we didn't know about. But I think him and Chantel did pretty good physically.
I think they all had a good physical game, honestly. They all won a good amount of comp. They all got a good amount of cocoa points. I mean, did everybody win Paymaster twice? Out of them, not Rafi, but the other 2, was it twice?
Yeah. I don't know. I think Chantel won 3 times and Josh won 2. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. Because the one time where they like co-paymasters and then she beat him or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they all at least won a paymaster, so they all, got that to them.
Now, before I ask the next question, I'm curious. Do any of you think any of the 3 threw any competitions this season?
Wait, what was the question?
Do any of you guys think any of the final 3 threw a competition this season?
Yeah.
I'm sure
Josh, yeah, definitely Josh. If you can play the middle, then there's no way you need to be winning comps.
Does throwing comps hurt or help someone's resume?
I think Chantel threw that bottle holding competition when she knew she could have safety and she couldn't be voted out. I think that she went down, so I think she could have stayed longer with her arm up in the air, the one that I won. But only when she had her own safety, I think she went down.
Okay. All right. Well, it seems like no one else has anything to say with physical. All right. Who played the best strategic game? This is alliance to make game. This is maneuvering when you need to, being adaptable, making moves, strategically doing things when it's appropriate. Who was the best? Who was the most tactical with that factor, you guys?
It's hard to say because they all played a pretty strategic game, but all in different ways. Like Rafi game was definitely very adaptable. Like he has to shift and change more than any of the two. Josh, he was in every single alliance, so he had that going to him. And like Chantel, she, regardless, like I guess she had people around her who protect her, but she still made everybody like, you know, feel closer. So I don't know. It's I guess it depends on which one you value most out of the three.
I can't speak for Chantel because I didn't play with her that closely, but for Rafi, when we were having conversations, he was the one that was really, you know, telling me, hey, this is the dynamic of the game. Trust me, this is who's working with who. This is who we need to work with and who we need to get out. And so that's something that I could respect. And Josh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say Rafi and Chantel as well. I mean, Chantel, I feel like she had a good strategy. I didn't see it because it was with other people, not me, but I felt like she had people around her to protect her, and you can't do that without having a strategy to sort of build that around yourself. Rafi's, I got to see, I did think he was adaptable. He was willing to make moves. He was willing to make changes. And I think that's also a really good strategy. And he knew what was happening. He knew when he was on the bottom. He wasn't oblivious. So I think that was good. And Josh, I do think Josh just followed where the power went. He kept sort of an open line with everybody and just went wherever he needed to go to keep himself safe. And that's a strategy as well.
I will agree to Rafi and Chantel, and that's it. Thank you.
Before I move on to the next one, I heard Rawan basically say that she doesn't know what Chantel's game is. Is there anyone who thinks they know what Chantel's game is, strategy-wise, that can possibly explain it?
I think okay. I guess me and Chantel had a final two since like day one. So like I guess now seeing everything, like seeing like everybody else in the alliance, their perspectives. I think Chantel, her game was kind of similar to like she set herself up where I guess she can go to the final two with anyone, or at least get close to the final two, because I mean, when it came down to us, besides me, I was wanted to take her out first, but I guess everybody didn't feel that. So I think her strategy basically was to make people feel good and like give a little, like make it seem like that she got you like 100%. And I guess that worked on her benefit, because for a long time, like everybody thought, it's Chantel's going to take me to the end. And especially if I win a comps, that's kind of attractive, because like, okay, if she wins, I know she's going to take me. So I guess her physical game helped with the social part of it too, because I guess she showed people like she can win stuff. So it kind of made people feel, especially, well, not outside Alliance, but I think more so within Alliance too, which is why she wasn't really considered being targeted by the other people of the Alliance.
Was she strategic, or was she just social and everybody liked her?
Strategic, yeah, I would say definitely strategic, because look where Josh is at, like especially with her, like she maneuvered herself and put herself in places where we had no idea that she was doing, because like we thought that, like, you know, she was just playing a very like flat open game with us, but it's so much more to the games that we really didn't see too. So but that's for her to explain, because I do have a couple questions for her, so I would like to see her like explain more so of her individual game, because I mean we only saw what she told us, but I mean clearly she did more behind the scene.
And she also created a lot of options for her. Like Darian said, she had a final two with him. She told me she wanted a final two with me, her, and Sarah. I mean, three with me, her, and Sarah. Then she told Elliot the same thing. So she had options. She had options to be like, I want to go this way. I want to go that way. I want to go this way. So
I didn't know you had final deals with Elliot and Sarah.
Oh no, Chantel wanted a final three with Elliot and Sarah, or whatever.
Yeah. Never really Chantel. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Huh?
Oh, I was going to say something. Let's play a little game real quick. I mean, obviously we're missing Glow and Elliot and Cheryl asleep, but all right, let's play a game called Raise Your Hand. Raise your hand if you felt like you had an active, real deal with Josh.
Until he voted out Elliot, yeah.
So just Alex. Raise your hand if you felt like you had a real active deal with Rafi. So 3.5. Raise your hand if you had a real active deal with Chantel. Everybody but Alex and Rowan. Okay. So, I don't know if that tells anyone anything, but I'm gonna let y'all go with that. We're gonna move on to the last factor, and then we'll go towards the ending of the segment. The social. So, out of the three of them, who was the most social to you guys? Who was the person who made the most friends, who spent time talking to you every day, made you feel comfortable? You had a working relationship, even if it was like negative, but like you guys came back together. Who had the best social game to you out of the three of them?
Chantel.
Probably Chantel.
I would say it's not Josh. Josh didn't talk to me really, unless like he was in a group alliance. So like kind of like what Ron said, he went with a poet. So like if Josh didn't feel as though he had to talk to you, I don't think he would.
I would say Josh and Chantel. Honestly, I had really good conversations with Josh. I'm not gonna lie. So Josh and Chantel and Josh, like I would say one of the few people that made like me laugh a lot. Of course, like Keisha and etc. More other people, but I don't know those two. Rafi rarely talked to me, so yeah.
But I'll also like one thing I will defend about Rafi is that I think he had a pretty good, even though like he fell asleep about, but he put himself in the situation like I guess his best move was like everyone left was connecting himself to Rowan because look what Rowan did, like that got him far. So like I think he do have, and I spoke way more game with Rafi than I did with Josh personally. So I mean Rafi, I don't think he just talked to the people he was working with. I think he tried to talk to people outside of like who he was primarily working with.
Not me, I was left on red, but
yeah. I mean, for me, it was Rafi, like hands down, not even close. Like we just had like more fun conversations. We actually chatted and talked. I mean, it was mostly game, too. And we only kind of, especially at the end when it was just kind of us left. But even before Alex left, I would chat with Rafi a lot. He was always one that would sort of check in and we would just kind of joke around and it was fun. I would like, Chantel would check in with me, but it was like really kind of transparent sometimes, but it was always funny because she's really funny and she's fun to talk to. So we always had good chats, but it sort of felt like she's reaching out because it's part of a game move is always the way I felt. So it felt a little bit hollow. And with Josh, we had a pretty good back and forth. So we talked a bit. So I would say as far as social goes, while Josh and Chantel reached out to me probably a similar amount, I always felt like Chantel's had motivation behind it to kind of get me on side or make sure I wasn't going to vote her out because I always felt like we weren't working together and she knew it and I knew it. So.
Yeah. Rafi did initiate a lot of the conversations with when we did have our Zoom calls. Because let's be honest, we are not like the most talkative cast. We're not like the most, gun ho, let's get this person out kind of cast. Rafi did kind of step in and kind of lead the conversation. Like, okay, guys, what are we going to do? What's going to happen? And kind of help move us along. If he wasn't there, who's to say we were to make a decision, at the end? So I will give that to him. And Chantel did make me feel very comfortable. She did talk to me. She talked to me enough for me to throw in Yoshi instead of her. With the freaking
my eyes were like
I know but you see that's a good for her kind of game move.
I wanted to kill you. I was like not Yoshi.
I know and Josh is Josh.
That's a good point though about the sort of the I forget what we call them, like the nominations and deliberations. Like, thank God for Rafi. Like, it was fucking crickets. No one wanted to say a name. I would always say something to get myself into trouble. And then, like, we had Glow, who knows, talking about usually Rafi, and then Rafi fighting back.
I mean,
well, Chantal stayed quiet and almost said no names and voted for no one.
That's a good point. It is easy to stay safe when you know how to say a name.
Mm-hmm. And same for Josh. Like I don't think Josh would ever throw a name out if Rafi didn't put him on the spot. And I mean, then he insulted Rafi for putting him on the spot.
I was actually going to ask this out of curiosity. There was that one round where Rafi called Josh out, and no one else. I feel like there hasn't been a moment where anyone else has called Josh to say a name. Is that more fault on him, or is that more fault on you guys for not putting him on the hot seat?
I'll say neither. Because it was smart for him not to say a name. Because when you don't say a name, like nobody jumps on you. But at the same time, also when you don't say a name and you make it to the end possibly, then that's a loss that you could have had in your campaign, I guess. What?
I mean, it depends because there's have been a couple people who said a name who really didn't get repercussions. Like, I said a couple names and there wasn't really like a strict repercussion, like, oh, let's get Darian out. So, I guess, I don't know. It's kind of like a 50-50 because, I understand like you not having to, but I don't think you can strictly say, oh, if you don't say a name, then, if you do say a name, you'd be targeted.
I guess you're right. Because I said Elliot's name twice and he didn't say mine. So, yeah.
So what it was, I think Josh was so in the middle that when there was two clear sides and we really needed to take numbers away from one to the other, because if you couldn't get the right people in the bottom, then it almost didn't matter. When he was this middle that you thought you could tug either way, it was kind of like, what's the point? Why would you get him out if he could be a vote for you the next round?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I saw him.
Yeah, he went after the easy people, Cheryl, Glow. That was kind of like his safe bets.
Mm-hmm.
No, he got Sunshine out in the beginning instead of I don't know who else, like people who weren't there.
Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, bonus question: who is the luckiest out of the three of them? Who do you feel actively benefited from everyone else and they didn't actively put themselves in this position? Or was there a twist that barely saved someone from being into the final three? Is there anyone who you guys feel like floated their way and people just didn't pay attention to them? Who's the luckiest out of all three of them?
I would say Josh.
Really? I was going to say Rafi.
I was gonna say
funny. I was gonna say Chantel.
I don't
think she was luck because even still, like y'all voted for her when it came down to like being immune from the purge. So I don't think it's luck.
Getting ready to say Darian was she went from being one of the two people that everybody wanted out, and then all of a sudden now here she is in the final three.
I think Rafi directly benefited from the sheriff's badge. And I think he directly benefited from me playing it instead of him, which caused him to be a target. He then directly benefited from Ray1 winning 5 Paymasters in a row, or however many she won. And that caused her to be a target and her eventually going home.
Yeah.
So it did cause him to go a pretty far way. I think what he was smart enough to do was to let us kind of take the fall for that. But so I guess it's up to us to just like judge like if that's luck or if it's like,
that's what I was gonna say. Is that luck though? Like I don't
see that as luck. I feel luck is more like we had a game that was like very luck based, or you got like a bunch of prizes and something, or
I say Josh. So I say Josh because he did play the middle and no one ever said him and he never had to say name. He never had to get his hands dirty. He just kind of was ushered down the middle the whole way to final three.
Yeah, Keisha, you're right, because I said Chantel every time. She was just safe because you guys, her allies decided not to put her up.
Well,
but no one was saying Josh.
She made everyone feel good.
Which is great gameplay. That's not luck. That's good game.
Yeah. So I feel like, I don't know. I just say Josh because that's what I feel.
Yeah, because I think he benefited from coming to like Vault Ceremony, everybody had targets. So like, he was kind of like similar to like Glow, where like people had who they wanted out, so he just never made it on that list. So it really didn't matter, and plus his vote really didn't matter for a long time. So it kind of Josh was by the wayside.
I would also like to say Joshua as my answer.
All right, now
the final three.
obviously those three, they're participating in the comp. I don't think I'm allowed to give you guys an update yet, so I'm not going to until he lets me know. But out of those three, is there any one of them that could really benefit from this comp win, that really could like get an extra push for any of your votes if they win this competition?
I don't think wouldn't it? It would benefit them because they get to take somebody out who they don't think will vote for them. But I don't think just this comp would really sway everybody. I think it's more about the question, and it's like, winning you need to get to that final two. But I guess for like some people, it's really questioning, and for some people, they just had their mind made up. So I don't think this comp is huge, other to get themselves in the final two.
I think it would help me a little bit for Josh, because for Josh, I'm like, give me something. I need a little bit of something. Like, add a little something to my water. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. And honestly, like, if he wins that, I feel like it would give a little to it. So,
but he should have did that when he went Final Four and took out Chantel. So if he wanted that, he should have did that back. Back.
I'm going back on mute.
Okay, so let's play a hypothetical game while we're still waiting for these guys. All right, so let's say the final two is Raffi and Chantel. Where are you guys leaning?
I mean, I'm Raffi.
I'm not telling you. You're trying to give me a jury boot. I see you.
They listening to y'all. Child, do I even need to ask these questions that you're not going to answer? All right, let me keep moving now.
The Big Brother jury does it, Yoshi. Come on.
All right. If y'all are going to answer that. Okay, so because I'm waiting for them to finish.
So I can't answer that question, Isaiah, because I have questions that need to be answered from both. So
you know what? Here's the floor. You guys can ask any questions and discuss. Go ahead.
How can they can't answer my question?
No, I think she meant.
You want to ask me? Go ahead.
No, the final two question.
You said to choose between Chantel and Raffi, and I said I can't even tell you that right now because there's questions that need to be asked and answered.
What questions need to be asked and answered, Keisha? Okay.
Yeah, Isaiah.
Listen, they ain't focusing on y'all. They focusing on trying to get to the final two. That's what I'm saying. They ain't listening to y'all right now.
No, like so for Raffi, no, for Chantel, I want to know like her gameplay. Was she loyal to who was she really loyal to? Because you can't tell everyone you're loyal to them and be loyal to everybody. So who were you really loyal to?
Is there any specific answer to that question that would almost like turn you off from voting her?
I just want to hear the answer, and then I can decide on how it makes me feel once I hear it.
Yeah, because the Go Keisha, one thing I appreciate is like one thing I think a lot of people when they get to the end, they mess up is just own your game. So like if you didn't have like just say like, hey, like I put my chips and all this stuff, just own it. Like that's the game you play. So I just from any of them, especially from Josh, I don't want to hear like a jury pleasing answer like, oh yeah, like I did this to trying to make sure just if you was playing the middle, say you playing middle. If you wasn't, just say what game you was playing really.
Own it, right?
Say that you played everybody. Say that nobody targeted me because I was on both sides. So and what?
Right.
What you gonna do about it? I'm here. You're not.
Yeah. Tell me that.
No, but Keisha, I get that because that would be tough. Because like for me, I know without a doubt that like when I was working with Raffi and Alex, Raffi would have picked Alex over me, and I knew it. I knew where I stood in that hierarchy, and I would have probably picked Alex over Raffi too. But you know what? It didn't matter, like because we weren't there yet. So. But there was never a promise of anything. But if there was, and then it didn't go that way, I would have questions like that as well. But like, I knew where I stood, and that's why I have no, kind of like ill feelings or questions about that. So I feel that's why my vote's pretty clear. If it was those two.
So, question, because Alex actually brought this up earlier, and I thought it was interesting. So, Alex, you felt as if Chantel was being a bit cocky. So, can cockiness turn anyone off from a jury vote during this question? Since you guys want them to own their game.
Not me. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say not me. I love female dominance. I think it's a powerful thing. I think it's strength. I don't know. I don't know if it comes off as cocky. Maybe because I'm like used. I don't know. Like some of the people I'm around, like I'm kind of used to that. I look at it as banter, kind of like I don't know. I just understand Chantel's personality is what I'm trying to say. I can understand how it can come off for cocky to like some people. To me, like I understand it, so I can't say like I feel the same way. But for me, it wouldn't matter because I don't know. I feel like I'm annoying and I'm cocky half the time. So I'm like, eh. But for some people, it can be a huge turnoff. So I don't know.
Just a side note, I forgot to mention this earlier. One thing, especially with Josh game, I think I forgot something to mention earlier with like Chantel. I think she really pushed Josh to do a lot of things that Josh wouldn't normally do. Especially because I don't know how the conversation went when like her and Josh was both like power and had to choose somebody, because I thought he'd come out choosing Cheryl, but when he said Elliot, that was even a surprise to us that he said Elliot. So for her to push him to make a choice, and even when it came down to Final Four, he took her again, and she said something. So that's something that Chantel has over Josh. That, like, I wouldn't say Josh is scared of Chantel, but I think Chantel just has a little, I don't know, something over Josh that makes Josh play differently than he should have. I don't know if it's a final two deal they had since the beginning, or if it's, Josh thinks Chantel his path to the end. But I don't know. I would just have to ask Josh, like what is it? Like, did Chantel influence these, or was this actually like you?
I was taken aback when she was pleading to him after the Jeopardy, and she said, remember, we've been together since day 1 or 2 or whatever. And she says, things other people don't know. I was like, I was taken aback by that.
I was shook too.
I was taken all the way back. I was like, oh, interesting. It makes
that is interesting. I was sleeping. I'm sorry. So she said that they were together since the very beginning, that they were like a pair. Oh, what?
Yeah, it's the only thing that's like for me is like, okay, so like I said with Josh, we was very like worried about Josh because we kind of figured he was playing middle, and a lot of conversations about like targeting Josh was led by Chantel. So it was just kind of like, if you had a final two with Josh, why is these conversations? Because like if I knew I was playing everybody, I would have like, myself, Yoshi, Keisha took the floor. I would have been like, oh, in the back. But I just want to see like where her loyalty is actually at. Like Keisha said, because to have a final two with Josh, then like you bring up Josh, but I don't know. I guess she set herself up in the position. So
Before y'all continue, I'm gonna let y'all keep going, but I'll give y'all a quick update on this competitions. So far, it is Josh has 2 out of 5 competitions finished.
Wow.
Rafi has 3 out of 5 competitions finished. Chantel has 1 out of 5 competitions finished. So take that as you will, but you guys can continue.
Big bird.
Vote it out if Rafi wins.
I just want to know how Chantel went from being the person everybody wanted to sit in where she's at.
Sure, I think that's a different thing. It's literally just like everybody who was in the bottom was not there. So, but I guess, coming back in, she's the only one who came back and actually started talking to people. Because, Kimberly, she never really showed up. And Morgan, she didn't have a chance. So I think it was night 1. So, of course, everybody's going to say names of people who's not there. But she was the only one out of the 3 or 2 that actually like came back and spoke. So I think
I agree with Darian. It's when Chantel showed up, I was like, oh, she was the one who's a VT I thought was so cute. Like, I didn't even remember who she was when it was just names, because she wasn't in the call. It was just like names. So I was just voting for whoever. I don't think it was an actual target on her by any means.
No, I don't think so either at all. I think it was just one of the easy votes in the beginning. And then when she came back, when she showed up, she showed up to play. So it's kind of like she was never a target night one. She wasn't a target. She was just an easy name to say because she wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little curious because Cheryl, we didn't get to you for some of those questions. How do you feel? Your answer just made me curious. How do you feel about Chantel and Josh? We only heard you talk about Rafi.
Chantel made the same promise to every person, or said the same thing to every person. And where I'm from, that makes you shady as fuck. I'm sorry. Josh, I never really talked to him all that much, except for when we had that one team challenge. But, I'm still undecided between those two as to who I would vote for.
So Rafi has no chance.
So, like, if any of those two sit next to Rafi, you would just vote for those two or Rafi?
Rafi don't have my vote.
we love to understand. Yeah.
Cheryl, what was the question that we had? Did you have a final two with Chantel?
No, but when we was voting for the person for safety, and when she got it, she said, "Oh, I was shocked. I didn't know anybody was going to vote for me." But she told each and every person that voted for her, "You vote for me, I'll vote for you."
Oh.
Okay, I knew she made deals to get that. I just didn't know what the deal was.
But for her to say that she was shocked that she would get it, she didn't think people was going to vote for her, or whatever, however she worded it, that was a complete and utter play. That was not, shocked. She was messing with y'all.
Who did she vote for?
Keisha.
She voted for Keisha.
Okay.
Yeah, because.
Is anyone afraid that they're going to lose their jury vote tonight?
Go ahead, Darian.
No, that was me moving my cup. I was just drinking. I'm sorry.
I might get cut.
You think you're getting cut if Chantel wins out?
Either me or Rewan.
I think so too, 100%. One of us is going to get cut if Chantel wins. There's no doubt.
Well, yeah, I think with Joshua, that's because for me, I think probably. I'm sorry, Yoshi, I didn't mean to talk over you.
I was gonna say possibly me because I did put the it was a 1 coin bounty on Josh's head, but still, like, he's no chill Josh. He's petty Josh. He might come back to get me.
It's funny because people always talk about Rafi being emotional, but Josh is just as emotional as Rafi is. Because, like, that 1 coin bounty Yoshi, he went off, like, called Yoshi a bitch. Yeah. He went. I'm like, Josh, it's 1 coin. It's okay. You're not gonna go home. None of these people.
He had 9 coins on it.
Most of which come from me.
Yeah.
You know what? It's true. Josh would get so mad. Like, if you said his name or like the coin, like, he really would get so pissed.
That's what I was
would forget who said my name in the previous round. I'm like, I should have taken notes.
Isaiah, I actually have a question for the jury.
You can ask whatever you want, Cheryl. Go ahead.
What was everyone's favorite challenge that we did?
The twerking one.
Which one?
What one, Yoshi?
Mine was the twerking one because I really got to shake what my mama gave me, and it was very
twerking.
fun.
Honey,
Yeah.
you did Illinois proud there.
Yeah.
No, because I'm sick. Yeah, I still lost the glow on that one. It's the ageism for me. It's just.
I'm dead. Oh god.
I like that code breaker one. That was my favorite.
No, but one, I'm really mad because I gave you the answer for the last one, and I saw your face, and I was like, because I was the question. I was like, is it divisible by 2? And your face just lit up. I was like, I'm like, let me hurry up and put this in before 1.
I knew immediately.
I was going to say it was the lip sync one.
That was my favorite. I love that one.
Oh, I hated that one.
I hated that
favorite challenge, or challenges, I should say, was the night that I outsmarted Darian.
Cheryl, please. It's like I'm playing.
Not too much.
You know what, Darian? I was ready to kill you. I was like, stop.
No, it just Dylan. I was ready to kill Dylan. Because Dylan, what the hell was that ball comp? Like, cross the balls across those. That is impossible. Because we ain't gonna get into that.
I sat here and did it after the live was over.
I did it. You were trying to bounce it off all. You didn't need to. You needed to bounce
No,
it off.
it wasn't that I was bouncing in. It was my cups. It's like, especially like more so the one moving it. My cups was flat, so it doesn't have like that crevice some cups does. So it was flat. So it was so hard. So when I got to the second one, I was so excited just to get to the second one, but it's okay. I picked it up.
And I did. I sat cheered you on the entire time.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. It was no ill feelings. So, I mean, at least I can say no one took me out. I mean, Cheryl took me out, but nobody took me out to a vote. So I think that's why I'm not I don't think I was as bitter as I probably would be because it wasn't a vote out. It was more of I wasn't able to outperform. But my favorite.
I'm so glad they took me out because I would not want to spit water into a bottle. That sounds so disgusting.
Sounds like something a child would do, like in the bathtub or something.
I'd rather lose than spit water into a bottle.
I'm glad I just got taken out by a comp queen. I was just happy about that. I was like, at least Layla did it. Like you can't get mad at Layla.
No.
So I was like, okay. If it was anyone else, I was like, but I was like, I'm so glad.
Rowan.
Yeah.
There it is. My
What do
new
we got? Oh, the chair. Yeah. Are you loving it?
Oh yes, I have crashed into every fucking wall in this place. You know, still learning it, but I'm happy it came. It was overdue, and
that's good.
Hey, Rowan, I do have a question. Because it's a very tired question, and I'm tired of talking about it at all. But I'm just because I've never really got like a straight like answer because But like, was the Wagon X your alliance or not? I never really got the answer.
Not really. I mean, listen, we had a wagon chat and we'd say, "Oh, you're all safe," but like that was it. Like, I would go in there like once a day and be like, "Oh, if I win tonight, don't worry, guys." But like that was the extent of it. There was a bunch of like splinter chats that people had that like I was not a part of. So there was definitely like groups inside of our alliance. And I wasn't in them. And what I think is that Shannon wasn't in them either. So I think she thought we all like maybe had something without her. But like, yeah, did we tell each other we'd keep each other safe? Yes. Was it true? Who knows? It was not like some big we're a team. It was just like, if I win tonight, don't worry, guys. Like that was it.
Would you have put any of them in the bottom three though?
Yes. I would have put Shannon in immediately.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean before Shannon.
Yes, he just didn't like her. He did not connect.
Yeah, because like
voted her out the first day.
To be fair, like day 2, the information was like brought to like Chantel. So that's the only reason why it was like because day 2 Shannon was just like everybody's working together. So it's like it's more of a perspective thing because like if your name is not a part, I think that the reason why the other people on outside came together, it was kind of like, oh well, if there's a big alliance, why not make alliances?
Absolutely. I mean, of course, why not? But this is what I've come to realize about Shannon is like she sees the words we say and she just interprets them in a very different way. Like it's like, oh, don't worry, got your back, everyone. To her, that's like we cut our hands, we made a blood oath, we're never turning back. It's like I typed 3 words, said. We're all good.
That was definitely cracked out a little bit.
Yeah.
Good question. Do anybody here had any alliances that no one knew about?
Alliances no one knew about?
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think anybody. Well, it wasn't really an alliance, but Rafi did make a chat with me, him, Keisha, and Darius. And it was the most bullshit alliance I have ever seen in my entire life.
We don't have a name. We don't even have a name.
Nobody said anything. I said I want to get on Layla, and then you both were like,
I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that portion. I came in last, late. Remember?
To be fair, I was truthful about my target. I was truthful about my target who I went out at that point.
Who was it?
But Alex, you did say that you were going to vote in Elliot. So that was a bullshit lie because you never were going. You were working with Elliot, but you did say Elliot.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
You was like,
So
if
then that
Shannon
lie
won,
happened. I was
you
like, and you didn't even say anything. I was like, wait, but you said you were gonna vote Elliot.
I don't remember that.
You did.
but I will say, I don't know.
Being loyal though, I really was.
Well, Rowan, I think you got. I don't know. I guess I don't know what Chantel, Keisha, or Layla had, but like me, Keisha, and Chantel and Yoshi did have like a 4 main core alliance. Then we had a big club alliance with Layla and Josh, but like I think the main 4 was actually like what we thought we were gonna get to the end with.
And Layla and Chantel and I, we did have. We did put that together later on down the line.
I had one with Glow from night 1, but
Queen.
you know, after what Darren told me, you know, everything I told her, she went and told someone else. But Isaiah actually named us the social workers.
Funny. Glow and I should have been the frenemies. She would just try to like do live calls with me, and I would just like be like, "Oh, 5 minutes."
But I do want to tell
Glow's
Ref.
hilarious, but like I can't do live calls. Like I have 2 little kids; they're like always with me. Like I don't need to be face chatting. Let me just text you a little.
But one thing I do want to tell Ref, I just want to see his reaction because it was a point in the game when I wanted to be messy. So like the whole vigilante and putting a bounty on hit was me. So I just wanted to see like his, because he really thinks it's Glow, and I think he still thinks it's Glow. So I just wanted to.
How could he think Glow had all of those coins?
I don't know.
I mean, but Glow did had a couple like coins start this game.
She gave all her coins to Alex to get the whatever.
But that was
late. That was late in the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Was that later?
Mhm.
That's so funny. Who
Oh,
wrote the poem? Who wrote the poem?
Cheryl.
You wrote the poem?
I didn't, you know, when I said 4 snakes, it wasn't to be mean or anything. I was just feeding off of whoever was you, Darian, that had put the 1 coin on
Reffy, yeah.
on Rafi and said he was the biggest snake in the game. So I kind of went off of that. And
that was hilarious. I didn't think there was anything even remotely mean about it. I thought that whole thing was just hysterical.
To be honest, I sat here for, gosh, like 3 or 4 hours contemplating how to word it to where it wouldn't be suspected that it was me.
So funny. I'm the one who said Glow told me it was her. And I just did it because like Glow went live and just talked about how we're accusing her. And I'm like, who thinks Glow did this?
Rowan, I did the one that it was after that. It was like the one that said like Cheryl is putting all these bounties on people's head and blaming Glow. So I was like, let me add on to this drama.
I only did 1 bounty, and that was the 4 coins on Rafi, and then I think I wound up putting a total of 7 on him because after I got booted, I put my 3 coins that I did have on top of that. So
Yeah, Glow just, I don't know why. Glow just, everything you said, Cheryl, she would just blah, to everybody else. So
Everyone, everything.
I don't know why, like, especially because like you had her back. Like, so but I guess it worked for Glow because she got far. But I mean, I don't know.
Oh my God. That is so funny.
I genuinely love Glow. So she reached out to me night 1, and I can honestly say I've got a friend for life. Well, friends with everybody, but Glow, it just seems a little bit more of a connection.
Were there people in this game? So what I started noticing as it went on is it seemed like people actually knew each other before the game.
I only knew Glow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only person I knew.
I knew no one.
Yeah, I followed Josh, but me and Josh never had any interaction, so I didn't speak to Josh until the first time in the game. And Rafi, we played a game before, but it was like a mini. It wasn't like an org. So me and Rafi wasn't like, I wouldn't say Rafi was friends. It was kind of like, but I mean, we didn't work on the same side, so it wasn't like me and Rafi till the end. And but I mean, I think just Josh and Rafi. I don't know the depth of their relationship. I just know that they follow each other on Twitter, like before
Well,
the
I
game.
heard them when we were in the chats, you know, and they have you go to the other room. And I hadn't left the room yet, and they started talking about how when they saw each other, they knew they'd work together right away because, like, they were already. Because that's all I heard. Like when I saw you, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy he's here." I was like, "Oh, do people know each other?" Like it didn't really cross my mind. I mean, I knew about Yoshi and Glow because I knew they had like beef.
Yeah.
I did not know personally know anybody here. I knew of Rafi vaguely, but I just didn't make that connection until well later in the game. And I knew who Sarah was, but I never actually got to talk to her until this game.
But how do you guys know who people are or follow them? It's just like a big org thing.
No, we just follow each other. So that's how the only reason I knew they followed each other. But I mean, besides that,
you follow each other where?
Twitter.
Okay.
Because like we from like I guess the same Twitter.
Yeah, no, there's people I follow on Twitter that I see. Like I followed Isaiah forever on Twitter before I ever met him. That's like we're just like big brother fools.
Yeah.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, I followed you for a long time.
Oh, wow. I didn't come here to crash the party. I'm just giving an update. Right now, Josh is 3 out of 5 challenges finished. Rafi has 4 out of 5 challenges finished. Chantel has 2 out of 5 challenges finished. You guys can continue.
Okay, my guy Rafi's doing it.
Big purr.
Yeah.
Cheryl, do you think he would vote you out if he won the challenge?
Right now I don't know. His head could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? I feel like for Rafi, it probably depends on who he's sitting next to, who we think he could, get votes from.
Janae wants me to ask you guys this question. Sorry. She wants to know. Let me get it word from word so she doesn't yell at me. Hold on. She wants to know how some. Sorry, so she said, "How do some of the jurors feel about being able to win money besides the winner?"
That was amazing.
I didn't win anything.
We had fun with it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much I won, but
you had 20.
We all beat you, so it don't matter.
Alex, you walked away with a pretty. I think you walked away with $20-something. So it's.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. How much did you guys walk away with?
I walked away with 17.
35.
God damn. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go grocery shopping.
I had 29.
God damn, I should have stayed. Holy shit. I had a
Marion said he wasn't leaving until he had more money than Alex.
Oh my god.
No, Alex, at that point you had 22 and we had like 9 and 8. So I was like, if Alex leaving here with 22, I'm leaving here with 22 also.
Oh my god. I should have stayed.
It was fun. It really was.
Yeah, she did a really good job. I'll send her my Venmo later.
It was, the whole trivia thing that we did, it was just like so relaxed. Wasn't like any other call that we had done associated with this game. It was more relaxed, and not because we had a chance to win money. I just think we're all at the end, and we had one last chance to have a little bit of fun.
And like she gave us
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, she was like, "Do y'all want to give this money to the winner?" We was like, "No."
No way. Hell.
Imagine.
But she said something about you, Yoshi. She was like, "Do you want to give your money to Yoshi for his trip?"
Yeah.
I would. Yoshi, I would have given it to you.
Thank you. I want that trip to Bahamas. I do.
I was about. I'm like, should I give this to Yoshi? But I'm like, grocery shopping is expensive.
Well, I will let you guys know. If you like money, this game is called I Love Money. There will be more money being handed out via awards later, so look out for that as well.
Would it be enough for my Bahama trip?
Yeah.
Isaiah.
Oh, by the way,
I
even
don't
though
think
I
that's
said
enough.
it in chat, happy birthday, Yoshi.
Thank you. I'm feeling all fresh and stuff, you know.
Yoshi old.
How old are you now, Yoshi?
I'm 28.
Oh, so old.
Oh, you're still a baby.
What? I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
You look younger. So cute.
Oh, thank you.
I love Yoshi.
I promise you, I would have guessed like 19 years old.
Oh no,
No.
dang. Hold on, my ego going up. No, I'm 20. I can't wait to hit my 30s because I heard your 30s is your best. Is it a lie?
What's the best?
Your 30s.
They say your 30s are the best.
It depends
I mean,
on
I don't know.
where you're at in life when you hit 30.
That's how I was lied to. That's
I feel like 20s are good. 30s were good. 40s are okay. So old.
Yeah, I'm in the midst of them 40s and I'm not loving it.
Well, which
Yeah,
one's
me
the
too,
best?
Cheryl. Me
'Cause
too.
I'm not hearing any excitement in your voices.
No, my 30s were super fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you have more money, like you get, than you did in your 20s, so you like do cooler stuff.
Yeah, good 30s is a good time in your life.
Yeah, I love my 30s.
I'm talking like I'm 30.
I know. Are you even 30, Darian?
No.
You're like 23. No, 25.
Close. I'm almost 25, but yes.
Okay.
That means I was graduating high school like
thought-
a couple years before you were born.
Wait, what, Alex?
I thought you were younger than me.
No, I'm 24, yes.
Oh my god. Next thing Layla's gonna be like, yeah, I'm 35.
No.
Imagine.
Could you imagine?
But one, I do have to say something. So I lied to you. Okay, so it's funny because like when I was doing my interview, like because me and Nate have the same like major and stuff. So she was like, "Are you going to tell people what you do?" And my plan was not to come here and lie about it, but it was kind of like she was asking a question. She was like, "Do you think people are going to tell you because of this?" So I was like, "Okay, well, let me just tell people I do something different." But I mean, I do work in a school, but I'm a counselor. I used to be a mental health counselor, and so like the whole tea night would just drive me crazy. That's why I had to get up the call because all my therapist flags was going off. So I was like, but yeah, I'm a mental health therapist. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't plan fun events at the school?
No.
Oh my God, Darian's the coolest job.
But yeah, it's still in the school. I still work in the school with the kids.
Yeah,
so.
no, I mean, my kids. Are you older kids or younger kids? What
Middle school to high school. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that.
I mean, my kids are young, but all the school counselors are great. And in my daughter's school, they have like an upper elementary. It's like 4th to 6th, and there's a different counselor for each grade, which I think is kind of neat. So.
Yeah, because like I don't play a lot of orcs, so like when Nate was asking a question, I was paranoid. I'm like, should I lie? Because did somebody get targeted for the same reason? Because I guess when people hear psych, they was like, oh, you're trying to analyze people. I'm like, no. The only thing I would take from psych is how to have conversations with people rather than analyze them. That's not what we do. But yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny. And you're actually chill. Like you don't yell at the rest of us like we do. You have control of your emotions, Darian. It's impressive.
It was because no, it's funny. I don't know. Was it Alex? It was somebody who said it was like, oh, like when a vault ceremony come, it's just like I'm a different person.
I think it was Raffy and Alex.
It was. I don't know. It was. I had fun. I just came here to make friends. Just came to have fun.
I did it, and I wanted to win. But I mean, I did like the people in the game. I did come out making friends, but when I came in there, I was like, I can't wait to cut throats and backstab and stuff. But then, like as time went on, I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't.
Actually, I lied.
Oh, go ahead, Darian.
No, because I lied. I had a whole plan. If like our alliance would have got the top 6, I had a whole shot. I had a whole list. I was like, Chantel needs to go. Then Josh, then Layla, then probably Yoshi, because I'm gonna take Keisha at the end. That's my whole plan. But to find out that Keisha and Yoshi wanted me out first, so it was.
Look, real recognize real.
Listen, I already said I thought that if you made it down to final 3 or 2 that you were gonna win. So it's like, duh, obviously we gotta like plan for the future. I didn't want to get rid of you anytime soon, but I didn't want you to make it to final 2 because you would have won.
Yeah.
At least that's how I felt. I could be totally wrong. I'm just speaking for myself.
I have a question for Layla. Layla, the night that you won Paymaster, that I used my sheriff's badge, if I didn't use it and I was in the bottom, were you gonna send me home?
I probably would have sent Rafi home over you. To be honest.
She wanted Refi. So like when you was like, I'm gonna use it, I'm like, fuck.
But was Rafi voted to the bottom that night?
No, he used the power.
But okay, so Layla, you
No,
would've-
but didn't we do the bottom 3 and then he overturned it, or no?
we weren't gonna decide. Nobody was deciding, so Layla was gonna decide, and I was like, nah, this girl's gonna put me in. So I was like, nah, I have to use it.
And you still got put in.
No, until the next round.
The next round I got put in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot there was a double that night.
By Chantel, who is apparently like #1 headhunter for me.
I think the downfall, well, not the downfall. I think what a lot of us did was, especially with Glow, I think a lot of us put too much trust in Glow because I know it was like the deal was for you to keep Glow safe and for Glow to vote for you. And like you kept your end of the deal, but when it came to Glow keeping her end, she was like, I don't want nothing part of this. So she just fucked over everything you had set up.
Yeah, because Glow had said she couldn't say what was going on, but just to trust her. And so I was a little duckling, did what she said, and I voted with you that night.
I know, and I appreciated it. We only needed Glow. Oh,
I'm
sorry.
gonna let y'all continue. I'm gonna just give y'all a quick update. Rafi and Josh are 4 out of 5. Chantel is 3 out of 5.
Rafi still got that last one.
I will give Rafi credit. He is fighting for his spot tonight.
Yeah. He's doing good.
You know what? That night when Glow said like Darian and I don't even remember who else. Was Yoshi still there? I don't know.
I think it was Josh.
She also said Alex and Rafi. You guys all went crazy.
No, because like, because my only thing about that is like, because I mean, she knew about the,
Sure.
I mean, everybody knew about Alex having the. But I should have confronted you. I should have been like, Alex, I knew about your power. Let me cut you a deal.
Everybody knew in advance.
I didn't. I did not know what was going on.
Did you guys all know because of Glow?
No, I have the crackling crow thing, which you can ask it anything and it'll answer it. And I asked it who had the sheriff's badge, and it was Alex.
If you guys would have come up to me and be like, hey, like, don't use it the first round and I'll be safe, I would have thought about it. But nobody talked to me, so I was like, you know what? Fuck all you guys.
I loved it. It was so fun.
You still were gonna use it.
Yeah, I felt that's why I didn't
matter
ask.
what we said.
If every single one of you came up to me and was like, please don't use it, we'll get our Rafi, I would have thought about it.
I feel like you, in my head in that time, I didn't think you would. So I was like, there's no point.
Alex, was the original plan for that to be used in the second half of that night instead of the first half?
What we were banking on was that one of us were to win the first Paymaster. And of course, Miss Comp B's Layla won.
Destroyed us.
Oh, yeah, we had advantage on that challenge, so we knew what the challenge was for that.
Just to give an update, every single person is on the last leg of the challenge.
Go Chantel.
Rafi better speed it up.
His Wi-Fi cut off.
Rafi, you better eat.
But back to what we were talking about, Alex, when Glow had come to me and said, she said it was like a gag order. She couldn't say what was going on, but just to trust her.
But she didn't uphold her end of the deal.
No, and I know that, but because I was just as shocked as Rafi and Alex was that night that it happened. Was your plan to pull in other people with that to help? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Ray One knew about it. So we were like, okay, we got Ray One. And so we told Glow, okay, yeah, we're going to work with Cheryl too. So we were hoping we were going into that live night with us 5 solid. Maybe we should have made a chat. Maybe that would have solidified it more.
I mean, I was solid with it regardless because I trusted Glow and I do trust her.
And it was just Glow that was just like, well, I don't want to say anything. And
yeah, because what we needed was the numbers to vote other people down for Layla to vote them out. Because with Layla being paymaster, if we could have all stayed together, we would have had the numbers to put down all the people that Alex ended up having to take over to nominate. If we would have just voted together, but Glow refused to vote.
Because Glow was playing both. She was a Josh too. She was playing all sides, and she wanted to be safe with everyone, so she didn't want to make anybody mad.
But to be honest, like the second round, it did make sense for her not to vote because I guess you wanted Layla down there, and I forgot the second person for the second one because if y'all want to send 2 people down there with Glow would have went home 100%. So like she was right to not want to send people down there because she knew that if y'all send Layla down there, she's going home. So I think it was smart for her to let Chantel pick because she would have been out the door that round.
Low key, she was smart for that because I was kind of just hoping she would go for it and knowing that she was kind of like the casualty. But yeah, she would have done it. She caught it. I was like, Glow, just vote.
Now, Alex, I did bring up with Glow, and I said, what if one of us doesn't win it? But the possibility of 3 of us being in that bottom. And my prediction on that was true because it was you, Raffy, and Glow. But I didn't say that to say, you guys, we're the targets. It was, you got to have a plan B or think of what the worst case scenario could have been, where it wound up being 3 of us in the bottom that round.
Yeah.
Rewind. Let me. Wait, Alex, was you saying something? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
I just said yeah.
Oh. Okay. Rewind. All right. Let me explain the one-sided thing. Okay. So on Circle Night, after it was the whole round before, I guess Shannon told Raffy, so Raffy planned. I don't know where Raffy hit was at in the game, but I know talking to Keisha, his whole plan was to go for you. So he was like, if he tapped his glasses, vote for 1. So he tapped his glasses and I put number 1. And I was the only one up the alliance who voted for 1. So I was like, shit, now I got to keep voting for her too because I'm the only one voted and they left me high and dry.
I can attest, but the only reason, I had no clue. All I seen in the chat thing was tap glasses. I was like, what does that mean? I was confused.
I still haven't said anything, Rowan, but that night when we had our one-on-one, when I was in the bottom, Raffy brought it to me. And I guess it's because Shannon told him whatever, but he was like, that wagon is all working together. We need to break them up. We need to get rid of Rowan. That's what he told me way back when. And I was like,
believe it. Raffy will say anything to save himself.
I was like, but he was the paymaster. He was the paymaster. And it was on our 5-minute out.
Did he vote me out that night? I mean, did he try? Was I at the bottom that night?
It was, no, you went at the bottom. You went at the bottom.
Yeah.
That Raffy's a bastard. He lies to me. He was tapping his glasses so you guys would vote me down there. Fuck that guy.
Everyone, Raffy is the first person to make it back, which means that he has secured a spot in the final 2.
Oh my God.
It's down to Josh and Chantel, who are both on the same challenge.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, Raffy.
Good luck.
If you
Darian, that's so funny. I know. I actually didn't even care. I didn't even remember you said my name that first time. And then you just kept saying it, and I was like, "What's this?"
No, because it was because I know you was bullshitting because we had a conversation late at night because you was like, "Oh, Shannon, Glow, and Darian, they're all working together." I'm like, "The fuck?" Then Glow was going to make it better. She was like, "Yeah, I'm glad that Shannon and Darian stayed." I'm like, "Glow, what are you talking about? We don't."
It was all crap that she would say. That I'm like, "What? Why is she saying this? There's got to be something going on."
Because I did tell
guys in that last challenge, I literally spelled Kimberly's name wrong, and that's why I didn't get it right the first time.
Oh, no.
I'm dead.
Raffy, you look like a kid in a candy store with that grin right now. So.
I just wasn't expecting it at first. I've been on shit Wi-Fi this whole time. I'm in Mexico right now.
Yes, B, you are.
Well, it's working good now, so I guess that's
Yeah.
good.
It is good right now. Stay wherever you are. It's good.
Oh, I am. I just
Don't move too much.
You know, I just can't believe I beat out both of them because I haven't been winning any comps this season, and
It's true.
oh my
You're
God.
trash at comps. They are way better.
Exactly. I mean, you get it. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh my God.
Now, good job, bud. But yeah, no, Darian,
So which-
I never cared.
so which one of you-
I never was upset. I mean, I think, do you guys get that? That like, I was just shit
No,
stirring
I
and
didn't
like
think he
having
was
fun.
upset. It was just more the fact that I was like, well, I already said one name, so that gives me a name to say. And but to be
I think
fair,
I've never said your name ever.
no, it was funny because like you said, like, oh, everybody, because it was a point where I was the only one saying your name for like, I guess like 2-3 rounds, so it was just me. So I was like, well, I already said her name, so let me speak up and throw a name so they can say, dang, you haven't thrown the name at all.
No, it was so funny. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, once you say a name, you got to stick with it.
Yeah, but I do think he will probably get like most entertaining of the season if they do have that as a award.
Who? Did you say my name?
No.
No.
Okay, good.
We're saying, who would you never vote for? And then someone said Rafi. Rafi, you know I'm kidding. Stop it.
Okay. Well, I'm
Oh my
sure
God,
some
imagine if Rafi blocks me.
I'm sure some people feel that way though.
I don't think so.
Oh gosh, now I have to eliminate one of you.
So Yoshi, were you scheming behind my back to get me voted out?
No, I actually didn't want you out.
I didn't want you out either.
Wait, with my.
Tell us the truth, Darian.
Okay,
go ahead.
all right. I kind of figured Yoshi was talking to you, so I was in my mind. I'm like, why is Yoshi so anti Rowan? Because in my mind, I was like, Rowan's going to go off on these mental charges. Like when we get to the end, it was like, no. And Yoshi was like, no, Rowan is not going to come and stuff. Then you won 3 comps in a row, and I was in my mind. I was like, I told you. But Yoshi was like, no, we got Elliot. We need to go for Elliot. Let's leave Rowan for last. And I was like, yeah.
Well, I never would have voted Yoshi out because I love him. He's so cute.
I mean, okay, Rowan, I was trying to prolong it as long as possible. I was like, okay, maybe if I push Elliot to the front and push as many people as I can, like, well, we put alone until the last, but no, they were like, let's get Rowan.
That was thing. I will say, everybody, like, that's another thing we didn't have. Wait, can we talk if Rafi here is there? Or
We're not talking about him.
okay, yeah.
To talk about things that don't involve the final 3.
Okay, we never had we had a list, but it was never. We could never agree on who went at top. So everybody had a different top person. So
that's interesting because I never was in like a big alliance, so I never had anything like that. It wasn't like, oh, let's get this person. It was sort of like, okay, we are so at the bottom, anybody but us.
And that mentality is why the night of that double that we tragically lost Alex, that's why I had said, people that haven't been in the hot seat needed to see what it felt like.
and you put Alex right down there at the same.
And it wasn't meant to be, to say Alex to be down there. I just really at that point thought, it had been the same people over and over. And then you had this other side of people who hadn't been down there. I just meant that they needed to see what it felt like to feel your heart start racing because, your life in this game could end.
I didn't mind being in the bottom. I didn't.
Alex surprised me because I was never thinking about saying Alex. I was like, oh, probably like Rowan and like, somebody else. And Alex was like, Darren. I was like, okay, here we go. Here we go.
You know what? I was just kind of like, fuck this game. I know I'm going out. Like, let me just use it, and I'll put up people who I know like are not gonna work with me. So
yeah,
I should have pushed on. I mean,
tried to work with you, Alex. I tried, but you never give me nothing. How many times would I talk to you and I'd be like, hey, so what's gonna go? And you'd give me some nonsense response and be like, oh, I think it's this and this. And then it would be totally something different when we got on live. So I was just like, okay, Alex, like I try.
Wait, Keisha, I like your hair right now.
Oh, thanks. I like your
Is it in
super
gray?
haircut, huh?
Yeah.
Looks
I
good.
did. I'm wearing my fur.
Yeah, your orange is your color, Rafi. I like it.
Yes. Yellow is actually my color, like a mustard yellow.
You're such a pain in the ass. Take a compliment, my friend.
No, never. One of the speaking of people that's been in the bottom, I did find it funny because one of the questions for the crossword was like, been in the bottom 6 times in a row. And I was thinking, I'm like, that has to be Gloria.
Oh yeah.
Was it?
It was Gloria.
Okay, I was like, was it me? Because it could have been me too.
No, you were 1 3 paymasters in a row.
What was me? I'm just narcissistic. I'm sorry.
You were, huh?
No, I said I'm a little narcissistic, so I'm just.
No, don't. You were. Shit, I didn't know it was you. Let me look right now. I didn't know it was you. I just figured it out based on the placement of the letters. But you were 3 across, which was never on a winning team during a team challenge.
What was mine, Rafi?
You were 1-2 duels.
Hey everyone!
Can I know mine? Can we get the crossword afterwards, Dylan? I want to do it.
I have an announcement.
Oh.
The second person joining us in the final 2 is about to join us.
Oh.
This was a very close comp because both of them were on the same challenge, and it was their last one. I can reveal the final person that will be in the final 2 of I Love Money Bounty Hunters is
Be Chantel. Come on, be Chantel. I called it. Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
Chantel. Can you hear us? Chantel, I have some bad news. You were not the first person to. Oh, did she drop?
Oh wait, she's
You need to stop trolling them.
Chantel, I have some bad news.
I didn't make it.
You were not the first person to make it.
Oh, that's okay.
However, you were the second person to make it, so congratulations. You have made it to the final 2 of I Love Money Bounty Hunters.
Congrats, Chantel.
All right. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go break the news to Josh.
So you're surprised? Are you surprised?
Yeah, I'm shocked. Yeah, because you said you had that connection.
Josh, I need you to head back to the Zoom.
Oh, shit. Because I did have bad connection the whole time.
Yo, I was struggling. I'm not gonna lie, that was hard.
You're a very plucky player there, Rafi.
I'm very.
Layla, what are you eating?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
Can we guess? Let's guess. Is it a cinnamon roll?
It looks like a sneaker.
Not a
Chantel, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Me and you.
Wait, it's bundt cake. Is it bundt cake?
Mm.
I'm so glad that we're here, though.
Y'all don't gotta rub it in. It's okay. Y'all don't have to rub it in.
For real.
No.
Darren, look at it this way. Whoever wins is not the only person to walk away with money today.
Yeah.
Except for me. Yeah, participate.
I mean, even if the rest of you had left the call, I was going to stay there till all the questions were asked, regardless.
Chantel, which one fucked you up the most?
So the puzzle took me fucking forever. The crossword took me forever.
Josh, Chantel, Rafi, go off camera. Josh, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Josh, please come on camera.
On to.
Hi, Hi,
So,
Josh.
so Josh, I do have some news for you.
Lay it on me.
Unfortunately, you were the last person to make it. Chantel, Rafi, you can both come back on camera. Rafi finished the challenge first, and he made it back here. Chantel made it second. I do have to tell you something though. This was very close. Chantel and Josh, you were both on the final challenge, and you both were on the same challenge. It was very, very close. But unfortunately, Josh, since you were the last one to arrive, you will not be joining Rafi and Chantel in our finale. You will become the final member of our jury. So before I void your check, I do have a couple of things to say to you, Prince Petty. Firstly, I want to say that you played a fantastic game, no matter what anyone says to you. You played the whole time. You were kind of stuck in the middle because you had one alliance that you were loyal to, and then you had the first group you rolled into that you felt well connected to, but you didn't really know which side you'd go with. And, you know, no one really knew where you stood in the game. And towards the end, you were like, you know what, I want to stay loyal. I want people in the end that I want to see there. And you stayed loyal to it. Unfortunately, it bit you in the butt and they ended up beating you out to make it to the final two seats. But you lived up to your name, Prince Petty. I think that should be your new nickname instead of No Chill Josh, because the Petty came out and I lived for it every second. And watching you this season was such a joy and such a pleasure. And you really were a contender to win this entire thing. So you should absolutely be proud of yourself. But unfortunately, Josh, your check is void. It's time for you to bounce. Do you have any final words before you join the jury?
Fuck red solo cups, and I said that shit.
Yeah.
Josh, I know the pain, Josh. I know the pain.
I know that's right.
All right. Thank you, Josh. I would tell you to bounce, but I don't need you to do that. You can join the jury. Congratulations to Rafi and Chantel, the final two of I Love Money Bounty Hunters. One of you will be crowned the winner momentarily. But first, we do have some business to get to. So there are 10 people on the jury right now, and I will go in order. We have Elliot, Yoshi, Alex, Darian, Cheryl, Layla, Keisha, Rowan, Gloria, and Josh. Rafi, since you won this final challenge, you hold all of the power and you get to eliminate one member of the jury. So I'm going to ask you to call a bottom three of who you most likely would want to eliminate from the jury. I want you to do that in your prod chat.
Oh, okay. So dramatic.
Who the hell is Bill? I don't know. Someone named Bill left the conversation. I don't know who the fuck that is, but fuck you, Bill.
Kill Bill. You look very cute tonight, Dylan. I like your cowboy look.
Oh, thank you. I know.
Adorable.
I was gonna say I actually really like this look tonight as well. I also like this lighting.
What are those in the back?
Horses.
She done already done had horses.
All right. Rafi has called a bottom three.
Yes.
So she is frozen.
That bottom three is Layla, Cheryl, and Yoshi. So I'm going to give each juror one final chance to plead their case as to why Rafi should let them stay on the jury. We'll go in alphabetical order. So Layla, you can go first.
Okay, so Rafi, you know, I feel like we had a lot of good talks throughout the game, even if it wasn't game related. I've grown to really like you as a person, and you know, it's okay if you take away my vote, but I hope you don't. So thank you.
All right. Next up is Cheryl.
First off, Rafi, congratulations.
Thank you, Cheryl.
I honestly didn't think that you were going to make the final two, so to see you sitting there is, be proud of that.
Yeah.
Earlier, I had told the rest of the jury that I would not vote for you, but after seeing you make the final two, my vote is now undecided because you proved that you're a fighter. And I'm hoping you take that fighting spirit because I fought too. And I hope you'll use that to let me cast a vote.
Thank you. Last but not least is Yoshi. Oh, is Yoshi
Is he here?
Did he drop?
We can wait for him.
That was Bill.
That was
Was
Bill.
That was Bill? Oh, I'm dead. No, it's not. I'm weak. Chantal, you changed. Oh my god.
I said I was gonna change, honey.
Honey.
You gotta look her best if she gets that crown, right?
Yeah.
Oh, his internet disconnected. He'll be right back.
All right. We can wait. If you don't want me to, if you want to post to me.
We can. Oh,
here's
Yoshi's coming in right now.
Okay.
Welcome back, Yoshi.
All right, Yoshi, did you hear what was happening?
No, my internet disconnected right
so
before.
You're in the bottom 3 to possibly be eliminated. So plead to Rafi why he should not void you from the jury.
Okay. Wait, who am I in the bottom 3 again? Or
Cheryl and Layla.
Oh, okay. Rafi, my dude. I don't know how Layla's gonna vote, but I do know how Cheryl's gonna vote. I'll be blunt, I'll be honest. I always said that I had an open mind and I'm open to voting for either one of you. Cheryl has made it known. She said one person she would not 100% vote for is you. So the most logical and smartest decision would be to vote for Cheryl. Cheryl out because 100% she's not going to vote for you. That is what she said. You can watch back the video and see that she did say it. But ultimately, it's
you
up
can
to
watch
you.
the tapes back. You can watch the tapes back if you want.
Rewind the tapes. But ultimately, that's what I have to say. But it's up to you. So,
all right.
All right, Rafi, head to your production chat and make your final decision.
I can't do it like a speech.
All right. Rafi has made his decision.
Can I have a speech?
And Rafi, you will announce whose vote you have voided after all of the jury questions.
Ooh, spicy. Okay.
All right. So with that, final 2, I'm going to let both of you do your final pleas. So I'm going to ask all of the members of the jury to hop off camera.
Rafi, can you go first?
No.
Fine.
If you want to go first, we have to rock, paper, scissors. We can do that, Random.
Let's rock, paper,
Okay.
scissors. Are we doing it on shoot?
Yeah, you're doing rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I'm trying to be your cam. Okay, great. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right.
Okay.
Scissors, cut, paper. All right. So Rafi, I guess you're going to go first.
Okay.
All right. I
Oh my
will
gosh.
hop off camera.
So, how do I have like a time limit or do I just talk?
I'll give you like 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. So in this season, I think my game can be described in 3 words, which is sociability, fluidity, and survival. From the onset of this game, I believe I did have a good social game. I maintained good connections and good relationships with everyone. I think I managed to make most people like me as a person, which in these words, if people like that person, they want to keep you around. But I don't believe I was the most social at any one given point in time, nor was I the social powerhouse that people needed me to be. And I was in on a lot of things, but I also but I also use my social ties to my advantage. At one point in this game, I was tied to every single person, which means I had to betray someone. And at that point, it was the sheriff's badge round. I was connected with almost everyone in the game besides Gloria, which was iffy. And that goes into my next word, which is fluidity. I never, even though it may seem like I took one position in the game, I never actually took one position in the game. I made sure that I was talking to everyone, and I threw out people's names, different people's names to different people. I'm a liar, I'm a snake, call me whatever, but I always threw out someone else's name. I always kept names floating up in the atmosphere. So I never stood still at one point. I was never actually always going to go for Gloria. In fact, if we rewind the tapes to my production tag, at one point I did want to bring Gloria to final 2 after our little tiff. So all points in times, I was always thinking through all my options. I was always thinking through everything that I wanted to do. And if you have questions for specific examples, please ask us. That's what there's supposed to do. And my last word, I think, is survival. I think after the Alex Sheriff's badge, I had a very big target on my back that I don't think rivaled anyone's, because I got a 9-coin bounty. I got into that fight with Gloria. I made public showings of like where my loyalties were, quotation marks on loyalties. And I think that made me a pretty big target, and that people wanted to get me out. And it shows because I was in the bottom so many times after that. However, I made to survive and to be a fighter, I made myself this big target. I manufactured this personality to be aggressive or to like fight Gloria. That was a strategic move. I mean, it was also emotional. I'm not going to deny the emotion in there. I was mad at Gloria, but I also knew how it would benefit me in this game, because if I was a big target, I could share the shield status that Gloria had. People were using her as a shield. So why not make myself a big target? Why not make myself be the one that's going toe to toe with her to be that shield as well? Once I did that, people saw me and Glow as two warring sides, and that they didn't really want to take one of us out just yet, because if we kept battling out, we would ignore everyone else. And that plan worked perfectly, in my opinion. And I think going back to that is, I think my social game is also good because I did manage to repair some relationships that I damaged during the Alex Sheriff's badge round, such as with Darian, with Keisha. But at the end of the day, I made sure I was seen as this aggressive, annoying person, so that the more, and also Cheryl's bounty helped me as well. The more I was seen as a target, the more I was seen as that person should go because he is this, that, and the other things I've been hearing all my life. And I use that to my advantage so that people would, because I became such a huge target that nobody wanted to take me out of this game. And I'm not gonna, I don't like slandering Chantel, but we could just do a trade-off of one good thing, one bad thing. I would say Chantel's played a fantastic game this season. She was almost never in danger until the very end game. Meanwhile, I was more in danger from like the mid to end game. But I think that goes to show you just how much I am resourceful, how much I'm willing to fight for my spot, how much I'm willing to survive, because I was constantly put in this hot seat. I was constantly put under pressure, and I managed to come out of it here at Final 2, making my plea. So I am the Michelle Fitzgerald of the season. Thank you.
Thank you, Rafi. All right, Chantel, the floor is yours.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I'm going to fit all of that in 2 minutes, but I'm going to try my best. Okay. So first of all, I'm just going to say that this cast was amazing. I'm happy to have met such wonderful people. And I cannot believe this game had started 1 month and 1 day ago from today. This game has been an emotional roller coaster, and it has not been easy trying to battle 19 people in this game. So my very first day, I was not present in this game. I did let production know about what was going on. Thankfully, the first paymaster was Layla. She saved my iMoney life, because if it was not for her, I would not be in this seat right now. Okay. When I got back the next day, the first thing that I did was watch the live, see who said my name, who didn't say my name, took notes. And I noticed that Alex didn't say my name, Josh didn't say my name, Sarah didn't say my name, Darian didn't say my name, Cheryl didn't say my name. After that, I went to work building relationships with each and every single person by showing them I was friendly and that I could be a potential ally to them. On day 2, Yoshi, Darian, Keisha, and myself started an alliance called the HBIC Incorporated. Basically, it was our wagon, but without Cheryl, without Morgan. We decided that we were going to be the 4 that would we would take each other to the end. We agreed that we would stick together, and we agreed that we wanted to see people of color at the end, and that was primarily our goal. With that, I also branched off with Josh, and the four of us kind of spread the word saying that all of the POCs need to work together. So we decided to get Josh on board, get Layla on board, and then Josh created an alliance called the Spades Club. Also, I want to say that on day 2, Shannon had approached me about her wagon working together, and everything else leading up to like the deterioration of the wagon started from when Shannon told me on day 2 that her wagon wanted to work together and they wanted me to be a part of it. But the only thing that I just didn't understand about that whole scenario was, if that wagon wanted me to work with them, why are they not approaching me? So with that whole scenario, I knew that I wanted to play like a sort of quiet game, but I also wanted to be like a comp beast and under the radar. And I knew that like I wanted to win competitions, but just not in the beginning. So I laid low until about, I think it was when I won the first lip sync battle. It was when I won my first Paymaster competition. Mind you, before that, when Shannon had left the game, she gave me her coins. So I had her coins, nobody else. Gloria didn't have her coins. Cheryl didn't have her coins. I had her coins. With that, when I won Paymaster with the lip sync challenge, and sorry guys, I'm having sick brain. I knew our alliance would send people were in the Watusi wagon down during when it was my Paymaster. So that was Elliot, Rowan, and Cheryl, thus leading me into avoiding Elliot's chat. On day 16, the canteen was open, and our alliance of 4 with Darian, Yoshi, and Keisha and myself decided that we needed to find out what was in the canteen. Darian said that he would go to the canteen and find out. Meanwhile, before Darian went to the canteen, I messaged Darian and I told him that Shannon gave me her coins, so I have enough coin to go with you to the canteen if you want to split the fare. When we went to the canteen, he had bought the Vigilante power and I had bought in the Golden Lock power. After that, the only person that knew about the power at first, the power that I had that I didn't end up getting to use because I never felt like my life was in complete danger at that point, was Darian. And then as soon as we had the double elimination when, sorry guys, okay, before the double elimination, me, Yoshi, and Darian and Keisha decided to put our coin together again to go back to the canteen to find out who had the sheriff's badge, because Josh came to us saying that, oh, there's this power in the canteen called the sheriff's badge, so we need to find out exactly who has it. So we went there and we saw that there was a Cackling Crow power. We got the Cackling Crow power and we asked the Cackling Crow who had the sheriff's badge. And the Cackling Crow revealed that Alex had the sheriff's badge. We had an idea that that power was going to be used on the double elimination. So we had our radars up as to what was going to happen during that round. As soon as the sheriff's badge was activated and Alex used the power, Darian, Keisha, and Yoshi went up. And that's when I was like, whoa, that's my whole alliance right there. This cannot be a thing. And Layla ended up taking out Yoshi. After that happened, I'm like, okay, it's time for me to like up the ante and win another Paymaster. After that, I won the paymaster, the mafia paymaster, and that's when I had to get my revenge for Yoshi and take out Alex. So that's why Alex left. After that, basically, let's fast forward to day 22 when we had to hold up the bottles over our head, and I felt like Rowan was getting all these advantages. I felt like, oh, like maybe like the audience doesn't like me or something like that. They're giving her all these advantages and I'm over here suffering. I'm like, something's gotta give. Then when Dylan said that there was gonna be an advantage given on the hour, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see what that is, try to take that and try to prolong my game a little longer. Oh my God, I feel like I'm tanking my speech. I'm so sorry, guys. I knew that with Rowan winning back-to-back competitions that basically it was going to be hard for me to come back from anything, even though I felt like I wasn't in that much danger. Like I did have the golden lock in my possession that if anything was to happen, that I could use it. I do feel like I played a strong social game because my name was not said. I was a competition beast, and I will say I was very strategic throughout this whole time in the game. And I've earned my final spot in this seat where we're sitting right now. I welcome any questions that you guys have to ask me. Yeah, that's all I have to say right now.
I should have gotten my out too. I had a written speech. I was like,
thank you both very much. Thank you. Yeehaw. All right. So first things first, I'm a realist. Just kidding. We are going to start off with Elliot. So Elliot is not here tonight. However, Elliot has submitted a vote for who he would vote for in each final two scenario. And he does have some things to say. So I'm going to read off what he sent us to the prod chat. Oh, this is all about Josh. Well, what he said about Josh, I was leaning Josh, but his inability to take out Chantel kind of was a really weak move, in my opinion. He was able to play all sides during the season, but when Sarah left and Shannon went on a rampage, he saw the sinking ship that was being tight with me and Alex to go with Chantel, which I think was a good move. About Raffi. Raffi literally was a snake the whole game and did everything and anything to help Raffi win. Talking about Josh. His word didn't mean anything, and his jury management was really poor. But I don't know. I thought the Josh situation with Chantel, kind of paralleled Aaron and Taisha from last season, where Aaron took Taisha out, who was her ride or die. She took her out at Final Four, but Aaron made a winning play and Josh didn't. I wholeheartedly thought he was going to take out Chantel. He would have had a free vote, would have been the strongest move of the season. So he mostly just spoke about like that situation and about how he felt like Raffi was a snake and he felt like Chantel should have been taken out at the end. He has submitted his vote, but I'm not going to reveal who that is. Gloria is not here tonight. I think she's sleeping. So she also has voted for one of you. So I will leave it at that. So we are going to move on to our first jury member, and that is 11th place, Yoshi. Yoshi, you can come back on camera. All right, Yoshi, the floor is yours.
Okay. I might not even be here after this. But first question is to Raffi. Raffi, had Rowan not won the 3 comps that she did and Alex did not have the sheriff badge, do you think you'll be in the same spot that you are in now? And how would you have worked your way differently to get to this spot without them having a part?
Okay. Well, let's start with the earliest one. If Alex hadn't played the sheriff's badge, that was a tough round. I feel like, honestly, I maintain the stance that anything could have happened. Layla had one paymaster at that point. Alex we were talking about the sheriff's badge plan all along. Hearing what I have heard, I do not think I would have put on this persona of being like facing off rivalry with Gloria. I probably would have still been in the same position. I think I would have been safe still, and Alex still would have been targeted. So I was using Alex as a shield. So I think it would have been much better if Alex hadn't used the Sheriff's Badge at that point. But that's digress. I'd be here still because I would have Alex on my side as well going through that vote, or at least possibly, because that round had so many contingencies on it, it's hard to extrapolate. What I can talk about more is the Rwan winning immunity 3 times in a row. I feel like based on who Rwan was up against, she could have Chantal could have won, I could have won, and then Keisha or Josh could have won with her 3 things. So I'm gonna take those scenarios into account. If Chantal had won that, honestly, I would have just given up and like had been like full on force with like, let's get Gloria out, like she needs to go, and I would have like pushed hard for. I mean Chantal's here to probably say like, no, Rafi wouldn't have survived to like tarnish the game, but I believe at that point in time that Chantal would have kept me in the game, because at that point, what am I to her? Just I sold her 100% loyalty with my 1 coin, and Gloria threat than me, as we all understand. So I think I would have survived that one. The second one was I could have won. So obviously I'm still safe, you know. I would have won. I would have been safe. That would have been me paymaster. So I would still be in the same spot today. I do have a concern though that if I did win that, I would be painted as more of a target than Rwan, because the reason Rwan goes there is because she wins those 3 things. So so I think that it was actually better for my game for her to win those 3 things. And then at the last one, honestly, if Keisha had won, I wouldn't have probably been here. But if Josh would have won, I feel like I would have been here, because I feel like me and Josh have been good this entire game. And the thing I want to address is just that I would have just been trying to play the same game as always, the same game I have been playing at this point. Nothing will change, because that's just how I play. But it's not. But the what if scenario doesn't matter, because it matters what it happened. I did set up that relationship very early on with Rwan, always talking to her, always being the one to make her be my ally. Like she is the one that I was one of my most important connections, because she did win those 3 paymasters in a row. And it's good because I was the only one to set up that relationship, set up that situation. So when she won those 3 paymasters, everyone else was in danger besides me. And I feel like that's testament to my setup sort of gameplay, set them up to knock them down sort of style.
Period. Do we ask questions of both, or was it just one? Dylan?
Do whatever you like.
Oh, okay. Then Chantel, my question to you, you said you work with people who wanted to get people of color at the end to win, including yourself, I'm guessing. So when you have the golden lock and 2 people of color is at the bottom on their way out, you chose not to use it. So was that a you game or a people's game?
Okay, so I was thinking to use it in that moment, but then I also thought, if I use it to save one of you, I could be going up. So what good is that doing helping the people? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Next person. Next juror.
All right. Thank you very much, Yoshi. You may hop back off camera. Next up is 10th place, Alex. You may step on up.
Man, 10th place. How luxurious. Okay. First off, I have no bad blood with either of you. It's a game, and I will say something. You guys have both shown an incredible amount of effort put into this game, and as a juror and someone who's played this game, I really do appreciate it. From Chantel making costumes for the music video and Rafi making choreography for the music video. Like, you guys have put in an insane amount of effort, and I love you guys for that. Okay. Anyways, my question, Chantal. We talked, we talked, but we weren't super strategic with each other. It was a lot of kind of like cover talk. And so I don't really have a good idea of what your strategy was in this game. Can you pinpoint one move in this game that you can define as your strategic move that helped you get to this point?
Okay, so I will say that saying that we need to have a person of color in the finals, I would say that that was my sole idea and that was the goal no matter what. That's what I wanted to see in the end.
Okay, so you were the one to like say
Come up
a
with
person
ideas.
of color at the end. Okay.
Yes.
Rafi, I'm gonna give you the same question.
My question, okay, mine was definitely much later in the game. I feel like my winning strategic move was definitely deciding to become Gloria's rival, to openly and actively try to get her out of this game, as I mentioned in my speech. By doing so, I basically became the monster everyone wanted me to be. And so I used that to my advantage to share in Gloria's shield status so people would take me farther. And also in a sense that it made people think, well, he's not going to win. Look how he's acting, like he like people won't vote for him. And so by doing that, it just got me further and further along in this game.
Okay, so having that rivalry with Glow.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job, you guys. I'm proud of you both. This is the final two that I wanted out of the final three, so I'm really happy. Bye.
Thank you, Alex. All right, next up is 9th place, which is King of Competitions, Darian. Step on down.
Now, Dylan, you didn't have to drag me like that at all. Okay, just to say, out of this game, Chantel, I have worked very close with Chantel since the beginning, and Rafi, out of like that alliance, you're the person who I have talked to and collected the most outside of it. So, congratulations to y'all both getting here because that's what I wanted for myself, but I couldn't make it happen. Let's start with a little game, okay? Can y'all both close your eyes for me? Okay, so I'm gonna say, okay, so I'm gonna go down the jury, and you're gonna raise your hand to the person.
I love this question.
Yeah, you're gonna go down the jury. So you're gonna raise your hand for the person who you think is gonna vote for you tonight. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start with Elliot. Raise your hand if you think you have Elliot's vote. Okay. Yoshi. Okay. Alex. Okay. Myself. Okay. Cheryl. Okay. Layla. Okay. Keisha. Okay. Rowan. Okay. Gloria.
Did you say Gloria?
Yeah. And the last, Prince Petty himself.
By search.
Oh, Nick. Okay. All right. Y'all can open your eyes. All right. Thank you. All right. So I have two questions. Okay. So the first question is for both of y'all. We always talked about the biggest game move. I don't want to know about that. I want to know what is the worst move you made in this game, and how did you bounce back from it?
Oh, who the fuck?
Chantal, do you want to go first?
I want to say that my worst move was not being here on fucking day one, because then I don't feel like I would have had to do
Hello?
damage control the
Can
way
y'all-
that I did. Can you hear me?
Hello. Can you hear me? I was doing so well too.
Yes, we can hear you, Rafi.
Yes, Chantel's speaking. Just go on mute. Go.
I think she's done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Rafi, did you hear the question?
Yeah, I disconnected like 3 times.
Wait, do you need me to repeat the question, or do you have the question?
Yeah, I have the question. It's what was my worst move and how did I bounce back from it?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So my worst move, I think, honestly, my worst move probably was probably buying that shares.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay. My worst move was definitely buying the sheriff's badge because I feel like that move definitely screwed me and Alex over more than it actually helped us. I mean, we sort of suspected the alliance was there, but at the same time, by doing that move, I then became associated with Alex, and also it kind of tarnished my relationships with Keisha and Udarian and Chantel slightly. And I feel like that wasn't the time to go back on those relationships because I do feel like y'all would have kept me safe for a little while longer. So I bounced back from it by, I gave you all the information I had, Darian. I promised Chantel 100% loyalty. I tried to talk through it with Keisha about the whole situation. I tried to be as honest as I could with hurting our relationships more, so that you guys could trust me again, and hopefully, we could work together in a more.
Okay. It's a lot of jurors, so just one last question. A yes or no question. Don't give no explanation, just a yes or no. And just one simple question. So for Chantel, your question for you is, was not this was okay. All right. Okay, not yes or no. I'm sorry. Just a one word answer, just a one person answer. Who was your true final two? Who was the person who you wanted to sit to next to at the end?
I wanted to sit beside Keisha.
Keisha, okay. And I don't know if Rafi said to ask a question, but I mean, if not, then I won't take up the time. So thank you. Good luck to both of y'all, and may the odds be in your favor.
He's joining right now. I'm open.
Hello.
Hi, Rafi. All right. Darian's last question was, who did you actually want to take to the final two? Doesn't just if you could pick anyone, who did you want in the final two with you?
Alex.
Okay. All right. Juror number 4. It is your time. Oh, number 5, I mean. Cheryl. Come on up, Cheryl. 8th place. So Cheryl, you have the floor.
Well, first off, before I ask my questions, congratulations to both of you. Rafi, you surprised me making it here, and I'm proud of you for that. I have 2 questions, one for each of you. I'm going to go with Rafi first because of his internet situation. Rafi, I know this game is called I Love Money, but let's set that aside. What do you personally take away from this game, relationship-wise?
Until the point where Ellie was like, "For Christ's sake," I thought I had good relationships with people. I mean, it's a game and all that. And honestly, what I take away from this truly is the people I met. I'm so glad to have met, or I don't think met Darian is the right question, right wording, because I have met Darian before, but more so got to know Darian a lot. I got to meet and know Alex a lot, who's I consider a friend now, and I do definitely hope he considers me a friend at this point. Elliot is a cool dude, despite what everyone else says. I think he's all right, and I like him a lot. But who knows? Who knows if he even likes me at this point? But Chantel and Keisha are wonderful women, and I feel I don't know, they, despite at some point being against them, I've always felt that they are just, I don't know, just like the best and always so warm and welcoming. I feel like connected with them. I'm glad I got to play a game with Josh for once and not host him, because I feel like, we got to know each other. I just really Yoshi, Layla, you, Cheryl, even Gloria, despite how much she nags me, like, wonderful meeting. And even if I play as a snake, doesn't mean I'm a snake in real life, and I actually do enjoy the relationships I've built in this game.
Very good answer. That's what I like to hear. Chantel, you were not present for night 1, and for whatever reason, personal, life always comes first. Who do you think would be sitting in the final 2 had you been voted out on night 1?
I think that who would be sitting here? That's a good question. I want to say Keisha would be in my seat. That's for 1. For 2, the second person, I want to say Darian. I think those 2 would have been.
Because if you had gotten voted out night 1,
I wouldn't be here today.
You wouldn't be where you're at now, and we all wouldn't have got to know how much of a spunky personality you have.
That's true. That's true.
Congratulations to you both. I know I had previously stated who I would not vote for, but right now my vote is undecided because you both are deserving of where you're at.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Well.
All right. Juror number 6 is Layla. Come on, Layla. It's your time to shine.
Hi. I just want to say I'm proud of both of you. You both did such a good job. I mean, obviously, you're both sitting in the final 2. So that's just amazing. I love you both. So I have just a question for both of you. So do you think that you were more lucky or more strategic in your game?
I will definitely say strategic than lucky, because I'm always thinking step A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. Every single possibility, I'm thinking of the outcome. I'm thinking, okay, if this person wins Paymaster, who are they gonna want to see at the bottom? Who would they take out? Different scenarios. So I would definitely say I'm very strategic than lucky.
Well, I'll say the opposite answer, and I'll also say why that's not a bad thing. But I think I was definitely more lucky for winning 3 Paymasters in a row, the whole duel situation. But I think, and I didn't have a lot of power in this game. I didn't win a lot of competitions. I didn't win a lot of Paymasters. I didn't win a lot of competitions. So I had to make do with what was in front of me. So all the time I was always thinking, similar to Chantel, I was also thinking, okay, what happens if this person was Paymaster? But it was a lot of things that happened in this game were out of my hands. So that's why I think it was more lucky, because certain people won Paymaster, like Chantel or Josh, or hell, and you, Layla, as well. Like, you won a lot of Paymasters, and like those people, I don't think I had 100% safety with. So so I was unlucky and lucky at the same time. And when Juan won those 3 Paymasters, like, that was great for my game. We took out people that we needed to take out. So I definitely think my game's more lucky, but I didn't have a choice to be unlucky or lucky, because I didn't have a lot of power all the time. I was always in the minority. And when you're in the minority in any game, it always depends on luck and who's ready to flip on their alliance. And I don't think anyone was ready to flip on their alliance ever. So I just had to survive. That's all I had to do in this game. And some may call it luck, but I call it being resourceful.
Interesting answers. Did I have to ask 2 questions or?
Oh, no, it's up to you whenever you're good.
Okay. All right, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Good luck.
Our resident comp queen. I don't know what this video is, but I got sent a video from Elliot. So I will play it. Let me make sure I play the right video. Oh my god, not that one. Not that video of Gloria. I'm dead. Here we go. All right, so this is a video from Elliot live from work.
Hey y'all, just wanted to say congratulations on making it this far. It's been a privilege and an honor to be able to see your journey in this game. It's also a privilege to be on jury and have an impact on deciding who is the most deserving of this win. With that being said, I pretty have a good understanding of who I want to vote for, but I think this question could maybe shed some light or maybe open the eyes of other jurors going forward in this game. Saying that, I think it's very important in the past year and a half, year to 2 years, that you take a moment to reflect and look back and notice the things that you've done or the things that have impacted you. So I want to ask each of you, can you name a specific event, thing that you did, or a game move that you made personally that maybe other people don't know about that really impacted the game or really defined your character or what you stood for in the game. With that being said, I want to congratulate whoever wins. Congratulations. Whoever doesn't, hey, it's okay. It's not a big deal. But I had a lot of fun playing with you all, and I can't wait to see these answers.
Okay. So
I love how he felt from saying, "Hey, man," referring to me.
well, no, he made that video before knowing who was in the final two, so could have been referring.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Chantel, you can go first.
Okay, so I want to say that, okay, I'm not going to say one move, I'm going to say two moves. And these two moves defied the fact that I was 10 toes down with my alliance. I was riding for my alliance no matter what. The moment that Sheriff's badge was used against my alliance, as soon as I won Paymaster, I got my revenge. Like, I was all about, if you're going to take out my person, I'm going to take out the person that took you out, so that at least when you're in jury with them, you're going to have some satisfaction that, oh, you came right after I did. So, like, we're good type thing. So that is what I would say would be my defining move in showing that I'm solid, that I'm with you guys, that no matter what, like, if they're going to come after you, I'm going to come after them 10 times harder. Like, you're not going to go down without a fight. And that's just the type of player that I am.
All right, Rafi.
All right. My defining move, and I want to say, like, it the biggest move was the Gloria thing, but I think the defining move that showed, like, who I am as a player was when I told Alex, Sarah, and Elliot about what Shannon had been saying about them, because at that point, I didn't call it Snake at this point, but yeah, I did rat out Shannon, so that's part of, like, who I am as a player, but also who I am as a person, in that I didn't because I really connected with Sarah, Elliot, and Alex during our time with, like, the whole bottles challenge, and I felt like we had a good connection, and I wanted to be their friends, and I wanted to have their backs, and, like, the shit that Shannon was saying was too much for me. The things that she was saying about them, it didn't reflect who they were. So I felt like I had to tell them out of, like, respect for them, especially seeing how Shannon and all of them got into it during Circle Night. So that, I think, defines not only my game character as a rat/snake, but also my real character as someone who goes to bat for their friends and who does care about them. And I feel like that also extends to my alliance with Alex, because I would have taken him to final two. He was my ride or die from the beginning. I always picked one person to be my ride or die, and that was him. And I feel like the Gloria thing also defines me as a player, because I manufactured the aggressive feisty person that people thought I was, and used that to become just loud and annoying, I guess.
All right, thank you. We're going to move on to the next juror, which would be 6th place, Keisha. All right, so Keisha, juror number 7, you have the floor.
Hello, you two. I'm kind of mad, Dylan, that you just played that video of Elliot because he literally took one of my questions. So now I have to think of a new one because my question was going to be what was their defining moment, but they just answered that question. So now I have to think of a new one. But I have a question for Chantel. My question is, out of all the connections that you made, who were you truly loyal to?
I would say you, Keisha. I feel like me and you had the strongest connection. We talk every day until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're telling me to go to bed. So I would say that you were definitely the person I had the strongest connection with.
Okay. With that being said, why is that their information that you kept, that you shared with others, but you didn't share with myself?
Because I felt like because when Darian wanted to go to the lake, not the lake, the canteen, I was like, okay, well, he was already there. And then I was kind of in a situation where I had to tell Josh because he found out that I didn't have coin anymore. So then that's how he knew that I had the power. And Darian was already there. And yeah, I don't know why I didn't tell, to be honest. I felt like maybe I should have. Maybe that could have been my one mistake that I should have done. But I don't know if it like would have made a difference. I don't know. But hindsight now is 2020, and probably I should have.
Okay. Rafi. So in this game, you said you were loyal to Alex. Not you interrupting. So to Alex, well, when we had our 5 minutes and you said that you wanted to target them, where did things change for you in that situation? Because you brought that to me.
Hello?
Yeah, because you brought that to me
and
then everything changed. So I'm just trying to figure out when for you did that change?
I know it was during Circle Night, as I said earlier, during Circle Night when Shannon, during the when they were arguing and all that, I felt what I felt was just like Shannon's like I didn't feel like what Shannon was saying was right. I felt like I was being like toyed with. I felt like while that information may be true, I don't think that the way, I don't know. I didn't vibe with the way Shannon was presenting that information, the way she was handling it all. And in that moment, I decided I'm going to switch it up right now because I can't be aligned with Shannon. Because as we all seen, I am a liar and I am a snake. So if situation I had kept Shannon, unless like Shannon's like stays in the game, she would at one point have seen my snakery and like called me out in that manner as well. And I did not want that. So both in a sense that I felt like what she was doing was wrong, and also in a sense that it didn't suit the way I played the game to keep a player like her around. And in that moment, that's when I changed it up right then.
Okay.
So it was literally right after our 5 minutes.
Yeah, everything changed in a quick moment. Darn, everyone already asked all the good questions. I think that's good. Congratulations, you guys did great. I'm very happy to see you two in the final 2.
Thank you, Keisha.
Good luck. We'll see who gets the win.
Thank you, Keisha. All right, juror number 8. I love to get on. I love to get Rowan. Step on down, Rowan.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. Hey, final 2. Look at that. Oh, Chantel. I mean, God, You wanted to be final two with Keisha? That's a shocker. No one knew that. All right, I guess some questions. So Chantel, you're the one that took me out. Why me? Why not someone else?
Okay, so this was a thing. I wanted to keep you over Rafi, but I needed you to throw Rafi under the bus and you wouldn't do it. And I'm like,
yeah, that's not my game.
If she's not gonna do whatever it takes to stay in this game, then like it just feels like you're just like oh, let go out type thing. That's what it. And I just wanted more. Like I just wanted you to give me more, and you weren't giving me more.
I get that. Yeah, because I remember at the end you said some people I wanted them to say stuff they didn't say, and I was like, I bet it was me. If you won that last challenge, who would you have taken out? Glow, Rafi, or Josh?
I would have took out Rafi.
Good to know. Rafi, same question to you. If you won the last challenge, who would you have taken out? Chantel?
100%
Glow.
100%.
I can't believe Josh didn't take out Chantel.
Again, a lot of things that have happened in this game have been out of my hands, but at the end of the day, I built the relationships early on with Josh and Yuruwan, and it ended up paying off at the very end right there. And I feel like that's like a testament to both my resourcefulness and my luck. Thank you.
So Rafi, you talked a lot about sort of building this, fighting persona and all of that. So I thought it was fun. So I loved it. I thought you were fun in our lives. I never thought it was that aggressive. So if you were going for like really horrible mean guy, you got to work on that.
I wasn't going for a horrible mean guy. I was going more for just like upfront aggressive player, very like, very calling people out, but not really calling people out because I just only really call Gloria.
And then for today in this final challenge, who are you hoping to sit next to in the end here, Chantel or Josh?
Josh. I was going to sit next to Josh. I feel like it'll be a rough fight between me and
my
Chantel.
last question for the both of you: did the two of you have any type of deal, like Final Four, Final Two, anything of that sort, with each other?
No, we didn't have anything.
I mean, I just had that loyalty deal I made when Alex got eliminated. And I gave that up around Final 6 because I'm like, okay, if I get the chance, I'm taking her out right now.
Great. Cool. Great job, both of you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rawan. All right. Next up would have been Gloria, the glow. I'll just leave the final words where she said that she felt like Josh made a mistake and that she should have been in the final three and that she's rooting for Chantel. So I will leave it at that. Last but not least, it is Prince Petty, the king of no chill himself. Josh, come on down. Our 10th and final juror. Josh, you have the floor.
All right. I finally calmed down and stopped throwing shit around my apartment. Chantel, you were lucky in a way that because of my past org history, that I was so emotional when I won Final Paymaster at Final Four, beating my highest. Jesus, what the fuck's wrong with my throat? Me beating my highest placement, I got caught up in the moment and I chose loyalty, thinking with my heart over my head. Because yes, I know now that I made a major mistake by not cutting off your head and making you be on this jury. I know that, I own it. One of the things, it's like, I didn't have no questions prepared, so I'll just ask questions about me. I'll start with Chantel, and I'll re-edit this question for Rafi. Chantel, you said that Keisha was your number one. So ideally, where was I on your pecking order, and how far in your mind did you want to take me in this game?
Okay, I knew for sure Final 6 was gonna be us. Wait, hold on, my computer's gonna die. Hold on. This shit's at 4%. Hold on. Okay, so final six, I knew I wanted it to be Layla, me, you, Keisha, Yoshi, Darian. Yeah. In the end, I wanted the final four, I wanted to be me, you, Keisha, and Darian. That's what I wanted. This is where I realized when I realized this final four was when we had the double elimination when Alex used the sheriff's badge, and I was like, fuck. Now our numbers are gonna be dwindling. Layla's gonna have to take out one of her own, and this is the worst possible scenario. So from that moment, I was like, okay, if I can't go with Keisha to the end, then I need to go with Josh to the end, because Josh been playing the middle, so he can like protect on both sides. And then Keisha, I've been loyal to her since like we've been in the wagon, so it was kind of like a no-brainer. I just didn't know which way the cards were gonna fold when whoever won Paymaster at that moment. Hopefully that answers your question.
All right. And now to you, Rafi. You, in your final plea when I won Paymaster, you try to play up the fact that, oh, we've had this secret friendship that we didn't tell anyone about. We're all buddies. You've been my final two since the beginning, but you said that Alex was your ride or die. Explain yourself.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I mean,
As
Alex
you
was
already
my
know
ride
that
or
I vote bitter.
Yes, I do. Well, Alex was my ride or die till he got eliminated. And then, honestly, Josh, I'll just be straight up. I saw that you were playing the middle. I saw it the entire time. But I thought if there was someone that was going to flip on that alliance, I thought it would have been you. So you weren't really on my top priority to take out. The problem is that if you remember the point, I feel like you're playing the middle so well that you could have beaten me. And also, I remember a specific moment when you bought the double vote, you bought the extra vote, and you had all the power that round. Everyone was going to you. And to me, in my head, I was like, wow, that is so impressive. This is a game-winning move. This one right here. It doesn't matter if you took out Chantel. And I didn't even know I was going to be here. I voted for you to win between you and Chantel because it didn't matter you didn't take her out, because to me, that doesn't matter. What matters is that you made a situation where everything revolved around your decisions. And I think that was very impressive. And I thought, he's going to beat me at the end. I can't take him to final two. Of course, I played it up at final four so I could stay up. I play up a lot of things. I lie. I'm a cheat. I'm a sneak. Whatever.
But
because
I said you said from the beginning that you and Alex were the final two. I didn't start playing the middle from the final at the very beginning.
No.
So that's why I'm wondering is that like when we came in, I saw you was like, okay, we're gonna write this thing out.
Oh, so
with you saying that Alex was your true final two from the jump, that's where my confusion sets in.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's just what it was. At that point, I would have taken you to final three. That was for me in the very beginning of the game. If that's what you're wondering, when I decided that Alex was my final two, in the very beginning of the game, it would have been me, you, and Alex at the final three. Also, I had a sneaking suspicion that you would have gotten rid of me sooner than I would have gotten rid of you.
Yeah, valid.
So I was like, I can't, because at certain points I was like, I can't trust Josh fully. He's not telling me a lot of things. Like the Sunshine thing, the real reason behind the Sunshine thing, the whole, with the you and Shannon thing, the alliance that was like sort of there. Like when the Alex elimination came up and that I asked you who you were gonna vote for, and then you sort of like brushed me off and then said, like, check your attitude, and then also like still tried to play the middle. Like at those specific points, I knew I could not trust you fully enough to, in my mind, to be like, I should take him to final two because he'll take me to final two.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna be, watching to see what happens. I can't wait for another woman to be added to the DH1 Hall of Fame.
Well, all right. Jurors, I want to thank each and every one of you for your candidacy. Chantel and Rafi, now that you've heard what the jury has to say, you have one final chance to sway their votes. After this, they will then go to a breakout room where they will cast their vote for a winner. Jurors, I don't know if you guys have a pen and paper, but if you do, grab it to write a ballot, just to be cute. Because in the breakout room, I'll have you like give an explanation, like how they do on Survivor for your vote. So anyways, since we started out with Rafi, this time we will start with Chantel for closing speeches. So Chantel, go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to say to the jury, please vote for who you think has played the best rounded game from start to finish. Okay, do not vote bitter. Just vote for the most person who has basically like Survivor, outwit, outplay, outlast. Who has embodied these three requirements in any type of game that people play? Who was a comp beast? Who was a social threat? Everything that embodies I love money, that's who you should vote for. I know that you guys will vote for the person who you think is most deserving, who you think will represent season 9 of I Love Money. And I hope and I pray that you vote for your girl Chantel, because I played hard, I was strategic, I was social, I was a threat. I never touched the bottom after the first day. I never touched the bottom. I was never voted into the bottom. And I'm sitting here at the end in one of the final 2 seats. And may the best player win, and good luck, Rafi.
All right, Rafi, close it out.
So, like, let's be honest, like this probably isn't going my way, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to try and convince you otherwise, because I feel like I would be a good representation of season 9, because I was never really fully in control of this game. I'm here in spite of the fact that I was constantly in the minority, that I was constantly left out of things. I'm here in spite of all of those things. I'm here because I managed to make good social relationships and then tear them down almost immediately. That's true. But I'm also here because I fought with all my heart. I did everything I could to get to the end of this game. And I knew none of you would take it personally, because I don't think this is a very personal, game is going to become personal cast. That just wasn't our vibe. So I decided that I did want to play loyal, but that obviously didn't work out. But yes, I may be a snake, but that's what it took to get me here. I won't apologize for lying. I won't apologize for deceiving. I will apologize for how it made, for hurting you guys. That's not my intention, but I do apologize. But I won't apologize for anything I did that got me to this seat, because it got me here. And at the end of the day, I fought every single time. I was a big target, constantly in the minority, even if I didn't know it, but I still managed to be here. I think I'm the underdog of this final 2, because Chantel obviously has a great game that she can speak for, while my game was more so just trying to get by each round and not really having much control. But I think I should win because I got here despite not having much control of this game.
All right, thank you both. And with that, this interrogation has come to a close. The power is now out of your guys' hands. You've done all you can do. You've won the comp. You've made the moves that have gotten you this spot. Now the power is in the jury of 10 people that you indirectly or directly had a hand in voting out the game. They are going to crown a winner. Now, one of their votes has already been canceled. We don't know whose that is. So that means that tonight the magic number is 5. Jurors, I'm now going to call you to the breakout room individually. I'm going to go in order of your placement on the jury. I already have Elliot and Gloria's vote, so I already have their votes written down. So I'm going to call Yoshi, then Alex, then Darian, then Cheryl, etc. All right. You guys can stay on mute and off camera. Final 2, you can talk amongst yourselves. Good luck.
Congrats, Rafi. This is
No.
expect this final two at all. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sure a lot of people didn't.
Did you expect to be sitting here beside me?
No.
I didn't expect to be here, honestly. I didn't even think I would make it.
Oh, I do want to say something though. That's the reason why I'm in Mexico, because I thought I wouldn't be able to participate in the final challenge, and that because I didn't have connection, obviously, and that you and Josh were just immediately final two. I didn't have any questions prepared. I did vote for Josh at the end, but I do want to say that. So I had a family emergency. That is why I'm in Mexico right now. My grandmother has passed away, and so it was really hard. Because I was thinking in my head, like, okay, I don't know if I have the capacity to do all this, but I decided, for everyone really that played this game, I needed to like at least try and be here, try and like, do the challenge, because like you said in the chat, let's give them a good show. If we're gonna lose, we might as well just give them a good show. So, I decided to be here because, time and effort, I don't want it to be wasted. So I am glad that I'm here. I'm glad that I got to final two, and that's not don't take that into consideration as to what you guys should vote for, because that's me. Just
Alex,
I
it's
just
your
want to say
turn.
that. Get that off.
If Alex is here, I don't know if he is. It's his turn to go into the thing. Oh, okay, he went.
I will say, Rafi, I offer my condolences to your family.
How are you feeling?
Honestly, I didn't even. You know what? I wasn't even that much of a fan.
Do you know how long it took you?
How long it took me? I would say 10 minutes before you came in. I want to say.
Oh, really?
That.
So like 42 minutes.
You know what killed me? The paper on the stack. I was like, this is gonna kill me. I did that first. I'm like, it's gonna be the hardest one. If I can't do this, then I'm not winning.
Oh. I did the puzzle first, then I did the crossword, and then I did the pyramid, then I filled up the bottle, then the cup stack.
It's your turn.
Hi, beautiful people. I miss all of your faces.
I don't know if we can be on camera.
Hey, Rafi, I'm really sorry to hear about your grandmother. I think it's wonderful that you're able to travel there to see her.
I'm sorry, Rafi.
I'm sorry, Rafi.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm late. I don't know what happened.
So I'm in Mexico because my grandmother passed away, so I attended her funeral. And it's been about how it's been hard and like coming here and all that.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
I will say the spitting challenge, I had the liquid was all like, it was like at one point, like I spilled so much of this because this is not my 2-liter bottle. My 2-liter bottle is my prop right now, but this was used. But at some point, I didn't have it filled all the way, and I used all the juice, and it was spilled.
You like froze. Well, for me, for everyone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
But you froze in like a cute smiley pose. It looked like a picture.
It was. It did look good.
Well, in any case, I had a second 2-liter bottle that I used to into my other bottle. But the problem was I ran out because a lot spilled on the table and it was like everywhere. It was gross. So a can of beer. I never drank beer, and I was like almost throwing up, literally, almost throwing up.
I love beer.
Beer's
no, what?
Beer's
Is that the only?
I like beer too, but like I don't like spitting up liquids. Like I honestly, I could not have done that challenge. That's why you should have taken me to the end, Chantel.
It was I'm not gonna lie.
When we were doing the spit one just normally, like when I was done, I looked at you. You looked like you were suffering. You were like,
yeah, it's the grossest thing in the world. Like I can't, if I see somebody spit when I'm walking down the street, like I literally want to commit suicide. Like I can't even be around it. It's the grossest thing to me. I just couldn't do it. Like I'm like, what is happening?
It's nasty, but I don't like when they do that. Huh?
Dylan told me to send a message.
I didn't have the red soul cups because I'm in Mexico.
I'm sorry. Dylan told me he wants me to send a message back to everybody, and he was like, "If you're not in front of he wants you."
Cups,
I can't hear.
Darian saying, Darian, what did you say?
No, Dylan gave me a message, and he said,
I can't hear me either.
Wait, can you hear me?
Someone's talking over you.
Oh, Dylan went everybody but the final two to mute. He told me to tell that to everybody. Sorry.
What does he want us to do? To stop
He
talking.
wants
Got it.
everybody except the final two to mute themselves.
Oh, okay.
Y'all not allowed to talk. So shh. Oh
Yeah.
my god, this cold is killing me.
Damn.
I wish
There's
I
no
was
Karen.
in Mexico right now. Where it's hot, not freezing.
It's actually kind of cold here right now at night. It's cool.
It's better than like -3. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, so don't ask me. I have no idea.
That's like 30 degrees about.
Yeah, it's cold. Ugh.
The chicken's fighting.
Wait, Rafi, where in America do you live again?
New Jersey.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's like right across the border. I'm gonna come visit you.
Oh my gosh, please do. Oh my gosh, so I'll take a trip
I
to
will.
Miami.
We need to. I'll have like a road trip and like visit everybody in America since everybody lives in freaking America. Everybody hop in the car. We're gonna go drive and see the next person. Skirt, skirt. Ugh.
I just got to final two. I'm not usually. Don't forget.
Maryland. Yeah, I won't forget Maryland. I'll be there. I'll make pit stops. And
I'll give y'all. I will say, y'all may be calling me a snake, but this is probably, in terms of my games, very mid of Snake gameplay. Mid. I've had a lot of games where I've been much snaker.
Oh yeah, this game was very like kumbaya compared to what I watched like on YouTube, where everybody is like, and I'm like, whoa, it's not me at all. I'm not that kind of person.
Showing us like.
What happened?
Layla, please break out now. Also, Cheryl, Dylan told us that the jury is going to stay on mute because he hates fun.
Hey, real quick, Layla, are you here? Thank you.
Oh my god, what time is it in Mexico right now? Is it the same time? Is it EST?
No, it's CST. I mean, it's CST. In Cancun, it's EST. And where I am in Mexico, it's CST.
Where in Mexico are you? Like,
Oh, fucking middle of nowhere.
oh.
I'm. If you know where if you know where Tampico is, it's like 2 hours from there.
Okay, that's cool. I want to go to Mexico. I've never been.
There's literally like my grandfather owns a ranch, so.
But, so cute in his Adidas sweater. Did you cut his hair?
I did.
Oh, I can tell. It looks cute.
Thank you.
Playing for the live.
I have a dog.
Let me see.
Say hi. You can't really see his face. He's under the table.
Oh, it froze.
Oh, well, I have a dog here. His name is Rufus. He's kind of a. I have no idea. Honestly, he's probably kind of I think he's more of a stray than a pet. But he's a stray that just hangs around here.
Okay.
He's very old.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm in like farmland. Like, I don't know if you heard, but there are chickens nearby. They have horses. There's a cow.
Grasshoppers.
Yeah, in and out back there.
Loud.
And I got super drunk yesterday. I'm so glad we didn't do this yesterday because I got so drunk.
Oh, really? Imagine you stacking towers drunk. I would die of laughter. I can't wait to
No,
watch.
I would.
It's gonna be nice.
You're gonna get mad at Dylan. I'm like, where's share button, Dylan? Like, where is it? It's not on the StreamYard on mobile. Like, I don't know where that is. So I'm just gonna keep doing this puzzle, and y'all can figure it out. No, because Kev already being like, I'm doing a puzzle. I don't know how to share my screen. Oh my god, Rafi does drunk tweet. Yes, Darian, those were drunk tweets. I tweeted out yesterday. I made 2 tweets that was like this post if you would rail me, and then another post that said, like this post if you would let me rail you. Darian still has yet to like any of the posts, and I'm adding him immediately. You're muted, Chantal.
You've been summoned, Darian.
I asked if I should like make a private story Twitter, private story Snapchat, being a hoe.
Why not?
I just want I will when I have people to share it with.
You must have people to share things with. Come on, everybody does, even if it's just one person.
Here's my advice. You ready? I'm more of a hit it and quit it type.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
And it's not that I don't want anything to do with you once I slept with you. Yeah. It's more like it depends on who you are, really. But like it's weird. I don't know. I think it's because most of the guys I sleep with are bad. How do you say? So I don't have a reason to return.
What do you mean by bad? Like they're like a douchebag or like
no bad aspects.
Oh yeah, then you don't need to be talking to them.
So I've met like some people who are good that I return to.
Okay.
But not
and that's not hitting and quitting it. Why can't you just have them on like your only friend? Yeah, friends only.
I guess the thing is like on my Snapchat, people on my Snapchat I wouldn't want to contact again. What is that? But if anyone is interested in a private Snapchat story from me, hit me up. My Twitter is Rafi Vortex.
We need to have the Bachelor for Rafi.
Honestly, please. I need a boyfriend. I needed someone immediately.
The Bachelor for Rafi. Especially.
Please. I need it.
We need to make that happen.
My love life is very bad.
And Rafi will be the first Bachelor.
Mm-hmm. Are we gonna do a reunion after this?
I guess.
Ugh. I kind of want to go get drunk again.
Why not? You're in Mexico.
Well, I'm here.
No, I know I'm not allowed to talk, but dude, we can't do anything after this. Like, it's already 1 a.m. Like, I got a job. Like, this is crazy.
Oh, wait, you're not on vacation? I'm on vacation.
No, I'm not.
Oh, that sucks.
I've been playing with the dog and I think he wants to leave.
Who wants to leave?
The dog.
Oh. Did you let him leave?
No, not yet.
Oh. Sounds like
he's like white.
The dog problem.
He's like white with brown spots. Also, why wasn't I included in this People of Color Alliance?
Hey, I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why, to be honest.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know why, but it's People of Color at the end.
Yeah, you got what you wanted. You got what you wanted.
Period. People of Color at the end. That's that on that. Mission accomplished.
Period.
So I'm glad either way, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm glad way it went, I would have been happy.
I'm glad either way.
Yeah. This was a good cast. I'm gonna miss talking to you guys every day. Honestly.
Who said we had?
I know, but like everybody's gonna go back to their regular lives, and it's just I want all of us to chat together forever.
Also, I was surprised. I thought this game was lasting like 2 weeks, and it's like a month. I was like, ugh.
Really?
That
Yeah,
was my.
the last game I
Yeah,
played.
Isaiah lied to me. Isaiah lied to me. Isaiah lied. Isaiah recruited me for this, and he said, I think he actually said a month, but I read it as 2 weeks. And I'm like, that liar.
Rafty, I thought it was
Liar.
one night. One night.
You thought it was a mini? Yo. Okay, Dylan told me that the game would be done before Christmas. I'm like, okay, cool. And look where we are now.
Listen, we should have gone to Final 2 on that Tuesday. We should have been like, bam, bam, bam. Let's get rid of everyone. Let's get rid of all these people.
But that night was a long night.
We should have had that Thursday. That's one Thursday. We should have crowned the winner then. But yeah, I did quit another org recently because of the situation. So I was like, I'm not gonna do this one because we're right at the end. You know, we're right there.
I've never quit an org a day in my life, but I only like to do one org at a time. Like I don't know how people play like 5 orgs. Like I'm drained just doing one.
And my org's on pause right now. Honestly, you just sort of like do really well in one and then do really poorly in another.
Yeah, I don't like that. I have a reputation to uphold. I don't like that.
I think my reputation to uphold is being a bitch, and I think I've accomplished that.
Well, you weren't
in all orgs I've played.
So I don't see you as a bitch or a snake, but that's just my opinion.
Thank you, Chantel.
Yeah,
you know, it's just the well, when you're good with everyone, you have to betray someone, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
If people want to call that a snake, hiss.
How are they gonna reveal the votes? Are they like gonna show us what they said, or like?
Oh my god, I have all these black spots now from petting the. Ew. Damn. I have like black smudge from petting that dog.
You better wash your hands.
I am gonna wash my hands. No.
Do they know?
No.
Why?
Talking with people.
Did everyone vote? I just want to know
Maybe
the results.
Maybe he's calculating right now.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I bet he's cutting video together of like all of us revealing.
Oh, is he editing right now?
I don't know. That's my guess. He does so extra.
Yes,
I have.
Dylan
Let me
is
put
the
in.
host.
Hey guys, so you all, I will be there in a second. I am just writing down all of the people. Before I announce anything, by the way, I want to say congrats to the final 2, and I want to say congrats on everyone for finishing an amazing season. Oh, where is the Sharpie?
I put my socials in the chat. Being loud. Loud.
And I sent you the Zoom on Skype. That's okay. All right, see you in there. All right, bye.
The sad thing about not getting voted out is Dylan doesn't get to say nice things about me. Darian Fire added you as a friend. Oh my gosh. It'll accept eventually. Darian. There you go. Yeah, Darian's the real winner this season. He was never taken out by a Team Master. He should be sitting up here and this make it a final three.
Well, Josh never got taken out by a paymaster either, so.
What? Case to the jurors. Final four, plead your case.
All right, so guys, before we crown a winner, I have some things to go over first. First things first, I have a little guest for us to come in. She is the latest inductee into the DH1 Hall of Fame, and she is here to help us induct our newest member. So I want you to say hello to the last winner of Trick or Treat. It is our current reigning DH1 Hall of Fame champion. It is Jen.
Hello. Hello, everyone. What? I feel like something happened that I missed.
No, nothing happened. So Jen, I wanted to catch up with you. How has it been since your win back in October?
It's been good. Honestly, life got really crazy after I won. I'm gonna pretend it was totally related to me winning. Life got really crazy. Yeah, no, I've had a lot going on. And it's just I've moved. I have had a career change a little bit. It's been a lot, but I've been good. Now, also this season, this is the first season that I've actually watched all the way through. Mm-hmm. And it's been awesome. It's been so much fun to watch everyone. I think I've hated on just about everyone on this cast. Definitely, I've hated on everyone, but that's just how I am. But I've also given a lot of props to everyone also. But it was a very fun season to watch.
Do you have any words of encouragement for our top two before we crown a winner?
Yeah, I would just say that whatever happens, don't take, like, let's say if you are the losing one, we'll start with that. Don't take it too personally, because it's kind of, it's usually a bit of an emotional vote, or, you know, everyone is still in the heat of the moment of the game and they haven't had time to reflect back on the game yet. But after you have conversations with people after the game, a lot of minds will change if someone didn't like you as much or whatever. But I can't see there being much bad blood with this cast. I could be wrong because I don't know the behind the scenes stuff. And then if you win, welcome to the Hall of Fame. It is an awesome place to be, and you'll enjoy it. So whoever wins, welcome. And it is a, I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of the word. It's something that means picky. It's a picky group of people because there isn't very many people in it. And yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, and good luck.
All right. So before we read the vote, I am now going to ask the bottom three to step forward. So Layla, Cheryl, and what else did you put on there?
It was Yoshi.
Yoshi, please step forward. All right. So Rafi, with great power comes great responsibility. I want you to reveal who you cast your vote to win.
I don't have like
who you vote to eliminate.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, if I made this choice now, I would pick differently. but I made it before, so you can't really change your answers, you know? So I picked Yoshi because he had said I'm fairly certain who I'm just saying who I picked out of the bottom three, like why I picked each of you for the bottom three, not like who I ultimately picked. But I picked each of you for the bottom three for different reasons. Layla, I don't know where your head is at. We never really worked closely in this game, so it'd be hard to convince you to show that I actually did play the game. Cheryl, obviously you said you wouldn't vote for me, and also I didn't feel like you liked me all that much, so that's why I chose you as well. And then I chose Yoshi because when we were counting the final three, Yoshi said, well, I think I know who my vote is pretty much for, but I could change my mind. And I felt like, no, he's not really going to change his mind. But ultimately, the person I decided to void their jury vote is Cheryl.
All right. That means that Yoshi and Layla's votes will stay intact. I can reveal that Cheryl cast her vote for Raffi. So that means that Raffi, you have voided one jury vote cast against you. This is void. It's time for you to bounce. Cheryl, you are no longer a member of the jury. However, you can stick around for the winner reveal. So Yoshi and Layla, you guys can head back off camera. Raffi and Chantel, I'm just going to finish writing these ballots out. But before I do that, I think we should give out a couple of awards. So first things first, we're going to give out Player of the Season. Now this award is going to go towards, actually all the jurors can come on camera for this, for the awards that we're going to give out.
Me too, Don?
Yes, of course you can. So this first award is going to go to the Player of the Season. This is the person that was the most memorable, made some moves, and we feel kind of was a good representative of the season. So congratulations. Cash prize of $20 goes to Gloria Query. Even though she's not here, congrats, Gloria. You are the Player of the Season. We picked Gloria just because literally everything that happened this season in some way, shape, or form tied back to this woman, whether it was indirectly or directly. Someone was voted out because they put a bounty on Gloria. They got mad at Gloria. Gloria gave someone a coin to get them out. Like everything tied back to her, whether people liked it or not. And this is Gloria's second time winning this award for a very different reason. And congratulations, Gloria. This prize was sponsored by the $20 that Janine had donated earlier. So congrats to you. Production favorite. Now this award was picked by a couple of us. We enjoyed all of you a lot. This was probably the least problematic season we've had. We only really had one person we didn't enjoy, but they're not here. So we settled on two people. The reason why we picked these two people was that they were upbeat the entire season. They were nothing but positive, and they always took the game as like a fun time. So these two people are Yoshi and Rawan. So congratulations, you two. You have earned production favorite. This was voted on by all of the production members. So congrats to both of you. We have another prize at stake, and this is your guys' last opportunity to vote. I want all of you to send a vote in for Mr./Mrs. Congeniality. Now, this is the award that will go to the person that you guys think played this game with the most honor, integrity, and kindness. They were the kindness to everyone. They were the most true. The winner of this last season was Taco Tony. If we don't get everyone's votes, we can just reveal this at the reunion. Not someone voting in the Death Valley Ranch.
Where do we vote?
You can vote in your production chat. I will probably end up revealing this vote at the reunion just because I need the pre-jurors votes as well. But yeah, Prod, if there's any ones I'm missing, just feel free to tell me in the chat. And then the fan favorite award, I believe, is the next one. And then all of the other awards that we have, we're going to give out at the reunion. like villain of the season, comp piece, favorite moment, etc. This award is going to go to the person that received the most votes from the fans. The fans had to donate money towards the PayPal to get this. So the winner of the fan favorite award with 5 votes, congratulations to No Chill Josh. You have received the fan favorite award of the season. Congratulations.
Work fan favorite.
Not work fan favorite. Okay. And with that, I guess we're gonna go ahead and reveal the vote. So everyone go off camera except for the final 2. So my final 2. The winner of this season of I Love Money will receive a complimentary winners post on the official Facebook page, a coveted spot in the DH1 Hall of Fame alongside Jimmy, Sydney, Janine, Sharonica, Chanel, Nika, Aaron, and Jen. And a cash prize. We don't have the final number yet, but we're estimating the cash prize will be around $150. And then runner-up will receive $25. So tonight it takes 5 to win. I'm going to finish writing up these ballots, get those nerves out. You two can hop off camera. I mean, not off camera. You guys can hop off mute. No, you can stay on camera. You can hop off mute and get excited.
I'm on 10%.
I'm nervous.
And there's no outlet here. So.
Really?
Well, there's an outlet, but like it's not near where I'm sitting, where I'm positioned.
Oh.
So
Well,
I was.
Okay. I will now reveal the votes from the voting urn.
Voting urn.
This is so Survivor style.
First vote
Yeah.
has been cast for Rafi. That is 1 vote for Rafi.
I got 1 vote. Woo!
The next vote has been cast for Chantel. We have 1 vote Rafi, 1 vote for Chantel. Next vote is for Shan. Chantel, you have received 2 votes.
I was like, Survivor?
Next vote goes to Rafi. We have 2 for Chantel, 2 for Rafi. Next vote goes to Chantel. 3 votes for Chantel, 2 for Rafi. Next vote goes to Chantel. That is 4 votes for Chantel, 2 for Rafi. Takes 5 to win. Next vote. The winner of I Love Money Bounty Hunters. Congratulations, Chantel. You have won I Love Money Season 9. I Love Money Bounty Hunters. You are our champion. Congratulations. Everyone can come back on camera and celebrate.
Yo,
you are the next inductee into the DH1's Hall of Fame. You won by a vote of 7-2. Rafi, you received votes from Mawan and Alex. Chantel, you received votes from everyone else. So, Chantel, you're the winner. How does it feel?
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. Every time I played an org, I've come close to winning, and it's always been snatched away from me for like bitter reasons. And I feel like this is just surreal that I actually won my first award ever in my entire life. So I don't know what to say.
Oh, congratulations.
You're a winner. You're a winner, baby.
Thank
That
you.
unfortunate.
Thank you for all who voted for me.
Unfortunately, though, that does mean that Rafi, our time has come to an end. So I just want to say this to you, Mr. Rafi. You had a pretty hard game. I have to say, you did remind me of a snake from a previous season, not a snake, a rat from a previous season that we had, but I felt like you played a better version of his game. You didn't really have any footing because I felt like you were kind of on the bottom of both sides because you weren't in that initial wagon to make those relationships, but you found a way to inch yourself into that group and still try to keep yourself good on the other side. And, you know, there were points where you were in danger and you potentially could go, but you survived, you stuck it out, and you made it to the end, whether it was luck or not. You got to the final two, and honestly, we weren't expecting you to get there. We thought that Josh and Chantel were going to be the final two. So the fact that you came in when you're in a different country and won that challenge and got yourself in that final two, excellent job. And you definitely had a chance to win tonight. So you should absolutely be proud of yourself. But unfortunately, Rafi, your check is void. And it is time for you to bounce. And Chantel, your check is good. I'm going to hand it over to you. Congratulations.
It's signed and everything.
It is. And Chantel, I'm going to speak on your game really quickly. Chantel, you are a player that is 1 in a million. I've seen a lot of people come into this game, and I've seen a lot of people play many different ways. And you remind me of a woman known to everyone, Sharonica. You came into this game and you were able to connect with people very quickly, despite having a rough start, not being here that first night. You formed your alliance with the HBICs, but you made sure that you were good on all other fronts. And we didn't even know who you were really in good with. And I think the night where I was like, Chantel has got this, was when Shannon came to you and told you everything about the wagon on your side. And you basically had all of this information just floating in the palm of your hands. And you were only 1 day into the game. And then that night where people had to vote for immunity and they voted for you when you had won the most challenges up to that point. You shouldn't have gotten that vote, but you got it. And you went this entire game, you tied a record, you never got voted into the bottom besides that first night. That's incredible. And honestly, truly, you've taken over the rank as the best winner of the series. So be proud of yourself. So congratulations on joining the DH1 Hall of Fame. So everyone, I want to thank you all for an amazing season. This has been a lot of fun. I'm loving this new era of the DH1 network. I want to thank a couple of people before we wrap up. I want to thank my production team, Isaiah, Janae, Aaron, V, Tyler. I couldn't have done this without you guys. You guys have been my rocks. You have helped me through challenges. You've helped me through the drama. You've kept me sane. And hosting this game with you guys has been incredible, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. I want to thank every member of this season. All of you guys brought something to the table, and that's all I can ask of. Even Kimberly, you still were kind of funny as a meme, even though you never actually showed up to an event. I want to thank Coco for adding the Coco coin system, and I think we're going to leave that for a couple of seasons. Because you guys were great with it. I actually really enjoyed the Coco twist coming back from the previous season. Thank you, Jen, for coming tonight as a little guest appearance. I thought that was fun. I want to thank the viewers, specifically Deshaun, Janine Jones, Taimika, who else? Joseph Baza, Khalid, Danielle, everyone, Jack Williams, everyone that showed up to all of the events. Thank you to everyone that donated: Amber Thurston, Larry Jones, a bunch of anonymouses, Anthony O'Brien, Cheryl, and all the people that donated on Cash App. So thank you guys for making this season what it was. Our next thing, I do have an announcement. Unfortunately, this is the last that you will be seeing of I Love Money. It's been a great 9 seasons, but unfortunately, you will not be seeing I Love Money again for a while until after our next project, The Apprentice. So I Love Money will be making a comeback. I'm just kidding. So our next project will be called The Boardroom, which is based off of The Apprentice. We've been wanting to do this in season 4. We will be planning this for winter, spring of 2022. This will be all about being creative, being savvy as a business person. So selling things, making commercials, selling products, all of that jazz. If you're a fan of The Apprentice, you'll be a fan of The Boardroom, and we recommend that you guys check in. We already have some big names wanting to sign on to it. And all of that will be coming to you very soon. Is there any production members that want to say anything before we end the live? Oh, last thing I will say, reunion. We will be hosting a reunion for the I Love Money 9 cast on Monday, which will be January 3rd. So tune in for that. We will reunite the entire cast, everyone that's able to make it, everyone from our winner all the way to Morgan if she wants to come. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, Isaiah, Nay, Tyler, V, if you guys want to say anything, I will leave the floor to you guys.
Not go back on mute, sir. Thank you. What to say? I'm not coming on camera because I ain't got on my scarf and my edges ain't done, and Keisha won't do my hair, even though she said she did her own hair. Since Dylan wouldn't let me do my award.
Go ahead, do it.
So I started a tradition last year where I gave out 30 awards to people I really enjoyed the first season because the whole cast got on my goddamn nerves and I hated them all. So for the first award, y'all can hate me because they won, but half of y'all don't even know about zodiac signs. And that's very, very irritating because if you know me, my whole application question was, what is your zodiac sign? So this award goes to a person who did not trust the Geminis inside the game because y'all two-faced. Nor did they trust Aquariuses because you shouldn't trust an Aquarius. No offense, Dylan. You shouldn't trust Sagittariuses either, but I don't know if you didn't really do that either. But see, this award goes to Chantel because she knew what zodiac signs not to trust. Unlike some of y'all should have listened to me. Listen, Chantel was in her prod chest like these fucking Geminis. You can't trust them. This is why I don't trust blah, blah, blah. She's on to something. Listen, Chantel gets my first award. My second award goes to, if you know me, and you see my previous seasons, I'm a very loyal player to the point where I basically got sent home for my partner because I decided to go at the bottom because they were having a panic attack. I'm a very, very loyal person. Chantel looking like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Yes, I'm a very loyal person. And I take that to heart. So this person to me was like the loyalist, and that's what got you voted out because you were too loyal, is Keisha. And this last one goes to a person who I just love to listen to talk, even though baby boy didn't know it's gonna cost more than $50 to get to the Bahamas. Oh, you need to keep checking those prices. Yoshi, I even hosted a comp for jury members to win money. You just so happen to be busy, so you can get that flight ticket. Yes, thank you for my Nay Awards.
I don't have any awards to hand out. I'm just here to say you guys are a fantastic group. would love to see a lot of you play again in the future seasons because I like a lot of you, a lot of all-star potential. You guys are great, but I hope you guys had fun. Tyler, did you have an award to hand out?
I do have an award
There you go.
handout. Hey everybody, my season 9 brothers and sisters. I am super proud of all of you for the hard work that you all did this year. And I have 2 awards, my Tyler awards. My first award goes to this individual who, no, I didn't do no production things, anything with you, but I fell in love with you the first time I saw your Meet Me video, and the minute that you came on every single time on lives, dressed to the nines. So to you, Yoshi, I love you. This is you were right, period. Mother was fierce every time. So I lived for you, Yoshi. I lived for you. So you do get an award from me. And to this other person, Cheryl. Cheryl, I want to give you an award for just all overall growth that you have seen through this competition. I know it was really, really hard for you coming into this thing and having so much stuff in your past being brought up, but I'm proud that you have grown, that you're trying to do new things in life. So I want you to keep doing that, keep working on growing. And so the second award is to you, Cheryl, for your growth. That is all. Love y'all. Can't wait to see y'all all do more things, and I can't wait to cut you all out. All right, bye.
Shit, I didn't know we were all giving out awards. I thought, all right. All right. Well, I didn't really think of anything, but if I were to be quick, I would say my favorite person this season that came into this with no game experience whatsoever. It actually is a tie between Keisha and Layla, because Keisha, I thought, came into this and we had a completely different idea of how she was going to play based on her Meet Me video. We thought she was going to be kind of like this woman, Maya, that we had a couple years ago, Miss Price, who's in the chat all the time. And we weren't sure she was going to have that killer instinct, but we were wrong as hell. And had one thing gone differently, had you stayed, not folded, I think you could have ended up in those final 2 chairs and won. Layla, you came into this and kind of had like a Brayden arc where you were like kind of under the radar and you were getting used to how games were played and like messaging people and stuff, but you were a comp beast. And if they didn't get you out when they got you out, I think that you could have beasted your way to the end. And it was just incredible watching you to do that. Next is going to go to someone that I kind of felt like, I don't think you were retired, but I felt like I kind of brought you back to the org world a little bit, even though I don't feel like that's really the case. I'm giving this to Alex because Alex is an org OG and I have known Alex for years. And it was just really great seeing Alex play, because I love seeing my org OGs play these games. And I feel like he had a level of grit that needed to be in this game, and he was willing to make a move, and he was wanting to make a move. And I think that had Sarah not left the game, you could have been in a much better spot, because she was getting targeted before you, and you kind of just had to take the fall for making the move to try and advance your side in the game. So I felt like maybe you had a few things gone differently, you could have gone really far, and I appreciated you. And I'm going to give an award to Rawan as well, because Rawan, I felt like you were so misunderstood this whole game, because you really don't give a shit. You're here for fun. And I love that. And I know you came into this thinking you'd be pre-jury, but girl, you made it all the way to the end, and you actually would have won if you had won a comp or 2 more. And I just love players like you that play this. They don't give 2 fucks. They just have a good time, and that's great. And I'm going to give an effort award to someone that I didn't think I would give an award to. I'm giving an award to Rafi. Because Rafi, the fact that you are here and you're in Mexico right now and you fought tooth and nail to stay in this game, like, as much as there was times where I was like kind of annoyed with you, not gonna lie, I appreciated the fight that you gave in this season, and I kind of related to it a little bit, because I know that people that are outspoken in these games generally get overlooked, and people look at us like we're crazy and that we don't know what we're doing and that we don't have strategy. But you had an idea of what you wanted to do, and you played a really great game. And I don't think that you should be ashamed at all of getting second place, because you really had a chance, a fighting chance. So I thought all of you were fantastic. All of you were great. And I would be happy to host any of you ever again. And I hope that you guys play more games and do great things, and that we hear from all of you in the future. But anyways, I am going to wrap.
Can I do this last thing? I'm so sorry.
Sure, go for it.
I'm so sorry. I just remembered. And since everyone's giving awards, this will be very quick. I only have 3 awards I'm giving out, and I'm not going to do a long explanation. I'm giving Rookie of the Season to Layla, because I thought Layla was a calm queen and she was very fun. I'm going to give Most Rob to 2 people. I'm giving it to Alex, 1 because Sarah quit and I thought he was very screwed over, and Darian because I hate the Purge competition and I thought he was screwed over by that.
He was pretty
And
robbed.
then lastly, I'll be giving my favorite to Gloria, because I like all y'all, but Gloria made me cry actual tears many times this season. And we had plenty of calls where we just laughed, and it was like her placing random bounties on people, her giving coins to Alex to give the damn thing, or her calling people out just to get people angry. I was like,
We're
how is she
interrogating
still-
Cheryl.
She's a cockroach, but she survived. So that's all. I'm done. You can finish it now. Sorry.
So we're gonna wrap this up with one final message from our player of the season.
Well, Elliot and Rowan, y'all just can't stand me, can you? Or Sarah.
And with that, thank you for watching I Love Money Bounty Hunters, and we will see you at the reunion. From outside the I Love Money Death Valley Ranch, I am your host, Dylan Andrews, with our winner, Chantel, our runner-up, Rafi, and our cast. Thank you.